and welcome. I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and you have found your way to TPK Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, we shall be finishing up our playthrough of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure module Curse of Strahd. As I warned them, from this point forward, a TPK will end this story. So they should be cautious, careful. They should at least be aware. In any event, a beacon has been lit. The tapestry of Barovia is being rewritten. It shall not stand. First and foremost, no attempt to make this story child appropriate has occurred. This is a gothic horror story full of dark material, scary elements, a few problematic things that have been rewritten for everyone's good. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence, light gore, scary images. If they go back to Vallaki, they'll probably be clowns. They're out in the middle of the woods, and there's certain to be vampires. There's probably a spider somewhere. A little bit of body horror in one part, but not too much, just a titch. Yeah, dark stuff. Our players are here to bring the light. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you, as a viewer, do not have such a luxury. So if you know of any sensitivities to the listed topics, please keep a teleportation spell prepped and readied just in case. Barring that readied action trigger, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap that follow button to join the wonderful world of TPK Roleplay. Just want to point out that here on Twitch, we are at 939 followers, nearly 1,000. So if you have found your way into this little corner of the internet, please slap the follow. You will enjoy it, trust me. Additionally, if you have not joined the Discord server, I am positive that a link shall appear in chat really at any moment. Wonderful TPK community. We had an excellent community night last night where we learned all sorts of things about each other, drawing pictures and what we thought the pictures meant. It was very deep, philosophical, psychological. It was fun. Above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. The second thing, with no other announcements, I thought I would take a moment to introduce these wonderful players. Take a moment, introduce yourself, your character, projects you're working on, games you're playing, etc., etc., etc. Also, the question for the evening is, what would a light shown on the darkest part of your character's life show? A little bit of a abstract, thematic question. Something to consider as you are standing right now in a beam of sunlight at 2 a.m. But we should start with our introduction. So in the upper left corner of your screen, as a child, their royal parentage drifted them down the river in a reed basket to keep them safe. Now we are blessed with the hidden monarch, Niffer Niff.
I would like that backstory. That'd be fun. Hi, I'm Niffer Niff. I don't think I'm actually royal, but I would love it. I'm playing Bright, the Tiefling Genasi Artificer. She's something right now. Yeah, I am a Jasper's Game Day ambassador. They are a wonderful community charity focused around education and prevention of suicide. There is a link in the chat already. I highly suggest you check them out. They're doing wonderful things to raise money and awareness. Go support them. They're great. Besides that, I'm also very active around TPK as the intern in Gremlin. We do module week here this week, so the rest of this week on Thursday you can find me in Tyranny of Dragons, and Friday in Rime of the Frost Maiden, Cold Hands Warm Heart. Yeah, I was given ample warning about this question, unlike usually. Still don't know what the answer is. So a light shown on the darkest part of Bright probably would be like this time of her life. She is just not happy. Like, she's in peak end of group project mode. Like, grades are about to be put in and you know that you did all the work, or like the one person isn't doing the work, so she's just like so frustrated with everyone else not cooperating. It's just like that a lot of frustration is in her right now, and a lot of just angst. Also, she's still a teenager, so like give her some peace and grace.
It's like angst on top of normal teenage angst.
Angst on top of normal teenage angst, and she's a mother of 3 at this point, so like she needs a break.
Noir will be dipping in shortly. He's wrapping up with recording on another session, so his introduction will have to wait. In the upper right corner of your screen, born of a long line of the blessed, even as a child, her roleplay amazed onlookers. They were not ready, and their hearts were hardened against her. Now, however, their time has come. Corndog McGraw.
Neat. I knew what the last one meant. I don't know what this one means. Well, hello, it's me, everyone. It's Corndog McGraw. I am playing Ficus Fig, the rogue fighter of the party, who is real freaking cranky right now, standing at this beam of sun. I think in my brain when we first got the question, I was like, oh yeah, it was when Ficus fell out of a tree when her forest was being burned to the ground and she crippled her feet. Like, that was her dark time. And then I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was just like, no, she's never yelled at anyone until approximately 30 seconds ago. She's not much for yelling. So yelling at her friends and calling them names hurt her heart in a way that she was not ready for. And now she's standing in the sunlight wanting to scream even more. So right about now, the sun spotted it. This is it. This is the moment. You can find me here during module weeks, and I'll talk more at the end of the stream about other stuff coming up.
Ooh, mysteries. Sounds good and wonderful. Continuing down and around in the bottom right corner of your screen, when he was a squire to the roleplay greats, he wandered off to find a dice for his mentor who forgot his at home. Pulling a d20 from a stone, he became the king now known as 1 in 20 D&D.
Another delightful intro. Thank you, sir. I am Gregory, also known as 1 in 20 D&D, and that was fun. King Arthur is the whole mythology is very near and dear to my heart. And I loved the Sword in the Stone cartoon as a kid, too. I was that generation that, Disney was the thing. And so, yeah. Hey, I'm playing a character named Leaf in the Sunlight of Summer. He is a Tabaxi Ranger. And I've been really trying to think about, what would a darkest day for him, or where would his sort of unsavory bits in his life be. And I think it probably would have been something along the lines of a dereliction of duty when he was very young, probably early teens. I'm thinking 13 to 15-ish, being trained as a ranger, and maybe was set as a guard or set to keep something safe in the forest, and it probably went horribly wrong because he was a young kid and got distracted in the woods and lost track of time, or whatever, was chasing butterflies or something, and and that probably caused something a really terrible forest fire, or trappers that came in and just slaughtered a bunch of animals, just something along those lines that he probably to this day regrets, and where some of his sense of discipline and duty has kind of derived from. It's never gonna make that mistake again because it was terrible and tragic and I'm a horrible person and it'll never happen again. So, yeah.
Can I just say it's really optimistic of you to say this is not the darkest point in your life? I
I
appreciate
mean,
Yeah,
it's
he's
pretty,
of the optimism mindset of like it could be worse.
you know, that
That's
is
really
very
nice.
much
I'm
who
happy
I
for you
am
that you
as an
have that.
individual, so that definitely bleeds into my characters unavoidably. And yeah, I mean that's where he's at. It's like it doesn't matter how bad this is. We have a job to do. Let's just do it and get it done with and bring the light back. And so this moment we're in where Ficus is now like beaming or in a sunbeam in the middle of the night it's very encouraging to leave.
Wonderful. We'll see if encouraging is the word a beam of sun at 2 a.m. in Barovia results in. Last but not least, in the bottom center of your screen, visited by messengers of the divine, he was handed the scroll of roleplay and permitted to glimpse upon its mysteries. After reading it once, the vellum deteriorated, leaving its words engraved upon the heart of robotic gentlemen.
As always, that's just great. I can just imagine that happening in my head as you say it. Hi, friends. I'm Robotic. I stay on brand by playing a Warforged named Solaire of Lathander. I'll be this group's paladin. I would say, well, considering that my homeboy has been alive 16 months, as I've been reminded earlier today, he hasn't had many times outside of this adventure to have a dark moment, and he's had quite a few. But I would say tied along with his first mortal kill would be his reconciliation and forgiving of Uther's behavior, especially early campaign when he was all blood sacrificed to pray to death and killed one of the priests of his very own religion. So didn't really get to role play it as much, but yeah, so had to go through a whole thing about this guy's bad, but I'm not killing him. And I also like him. Does that make me a bad person? And considering that the divine people that he has met literally from the heavens have pointed him in the right direction, I think not only has he forgiven Uther, but like I said, he considers every member of this party family, and no matter how much we disagree about even religiously, I should say. So
Thank you so very much. That is all of us. As I said, I am the last hit point hero, and I believe that we may have a summary from the Unicorn Journal of Knowledge and Wisdom.
It has returned. It is no longer an omen of ill because I have cleaned off all of the red Kool-Aid that I spilled on it that looked like blood. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's never sunny in Barovia, except at 2 a.m. today, apparently. How do we get here? Well, the party killed the hag Baba Lysaga in her hut. Sol found a body who turned out to be Shell, the Huntress Thane. Soon her sister Ginny, the Weaver Thane, arrived, and the party made haste to the windmill because we were attempting to reunite all of these Thanes where their shrines are supposed to be. When we got there, they met the old enemies Grammy Morga and her hag coven, officially screw them, and after defeating them, the party cleaned the shrine and allowed the Huntress to reunite. After a lot of internal conflict, Ficus had just made up her mind that she was going to leave the party until offered to be maybe the new Huntress? Maybe just like the current embodiment of the Huntress? Not entirely sure what the terms and conditions are. Nobody reads them anyways. So we'll find out.
Fabulous, perfect, and in fact, that is exactly where we will pick up. It is 2 a.m. in Barovia. You have just finished this ritual of sorts. There was much less pomp and circumstance than expected. After a conversation and a flash of sunlight that is persisting in a beam, if you look at the map, the yellow circle is covered in sunlight. The Huntress Fane, Shell, is no longer before you. And Ginny, is standing next to Ficus with a smile on her face. Jenny looks at you, Ficus, and says, "Sister, we shall bring the light back."
Right. Maybe we don't stand directly in it for right now.
Oh, I certainly shouldn't be here very long.
No, but I mean, like, maybe we should all go right now. We should leave.
Next stop.
This
Tser
is
Pool.
bad.
We can stay the night with the Vistani. They could shelter us out of here.
Can we afford to use one of our...
Yes.
Well, I don't have any arguments. As long as we can rest. I need to recharge my spells.
I
would like
agree. A
to
rest would be
recharge
great.
my whole body. Yeah. Body getting recharged would be nice. Also, would you like to see your other sister, or who we think might be your other sister?
It's a noir.
Hey,
Hey, Noir.
please stand by as I transition now.
Please stand by, and an associate will help you.
Oh, shoot, that was really good.
Now everybody's in
That
the
was
wrong
really good.
position, so bear with me because I didn't realize that
Pause it.
before I made the switch.
I will toss in Noir's introduction while we make the switch. In order to form the most perfect role player, his mother dipped him in a bowl of dice as an infant, leaving only one weakness.
Math. Yeah, that's trigonometry.
And that is how you defeat the Noir Enigma.
Oh goodness.
School math.
Oh, I'm not a paladin anymore.
Noir, welcome.
Thank you. Sorry for being late.
Nope, that's fine. You missed very little. Everyone is deciding to go to Tser Pool. There is a beam of sunlight, which is the yellow circle, at 2 a.m. in Barovia. Jenny just put her hand on Ficus's shoulder and called her her sister.
Oh, that's sweet.
So that's where that's at. And as you're discussing heading to the Tser Pool, Jenny will say, "Ficus, my dearest sister, this light, he's going to be looking for us now. I can't be here with you.
Well,
Take
yeah,
the-
that's why we don't want to be here. That's why
Well, but I don't want caught at the moment. I can meet you at my shrine when you're ready."
Then go.
She'll turn to Leaf, and she will toss a wooden penny to him. Flip through the air. You catch it. She looks at you and says, "When you're ready for me, flip the penny in the air and say, 'Pretty penny, send me Jenny.' And I'll come along soon."
Sure.
She turns and whistles, and out of the down the hill from the remains of the windmill, there comes the sound of a cart and those two nanny goats. And in a matter of just a few seconds, she climbs up in her cart, heehaws the goats, and disappears out of the sunbeam and into the darkness. Silence falls again.
Okay, so we're running. We're
Stepping out of the light before we call anyone. We have to
Mhm.
get a ways away before we get the carriage. And then we're going. We do that.
Fine.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think regardless, he gets us in the area, he's gonna assume we have something to do with it.
So who's tying the knot?
I'll undo it this time.
Soul, you take one of these leather throngs that you were given. There's only a handful left. Just 4, I believe.
Hmm.
Yep.
You tie a knot in the leather, and as you pull it tight, you say, Tser Pool? Correct?
Yes.
And the fog begins to collect around you. As the mists begin to thicken, you can just make out in the distance the sound of hoofbeats and flares of fire in the sky before the fog envelops you. The darkness takes you. And just like Berez before, the mists are so thick you cannot see your hand in front of your face. Before long, you find yourself along the road, about a mile south of the Tser Pool Encampment, and what passes for day in Barovia has begun. From your few days, almost full week in Barovia, you associate the current dim light with, probably somewhere around 10 or 11 a.m.
Did we lose time when we traveled? Like a
Did we?
significant amount?
You have every
Ghosts!
time so far.
Oh, but this is maybe the first time we noticed it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That is above the table.
Oh, wrong
But-
one.
Oh!
Skip that.
Oh.
What was what was
Wrong map. A mile south of Tser Pool.
Oh, no!
That's how you gonna do us? Okay.
I did not like that.
The road is as you
How
remembered it before.
Dare you?
At this part of the road is the path that Bright recognizes oh so very well.
Hmm?
You're not too far along the lake that the Tser Pool Encampment sits against, Tser Pool itself. In the distance, a mile out, there's, smoke rising.
Like regular smoke?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Rolled a nat 1.
It appears to be the regular smoke of the encampment. There's
Okay,
always a
that's
fire
fine.
burning and food being prepared.
Well, we should go anyways, because we haven't had a long rest even though time has passed.
Correct. And all of you are beginning to feel the weight of being awake as long as you have.
Let's just go.
I can't wait to find a place to rest.
Could we rest here early before we get there?
Would it be safer to be with them or safer to be not there yet?
Well, do we want it to be safer for us or do we want it to be safer for them? And then Ficus points at her body that hasn't changed at all. Nothing about me has changed.
Right.
But you know.
You're right that I don't want to lead Strahd potentially right to them.
Now, what exactly happened back there? That was strange.
Well, you see, a couple days ago, I talked with my gods, and then some of them came into my brain. And then, just a few minutes ago, our time, someone else is now, in my body. Like, I can hear her, whereas, the other ones, it's kind of like memories and their past. Like, she's actively in here, chiming in.
So I guess what does she say?
I don't know. What does she say? I'll just be like, she's talking to you now. Just, look down at my body.
You find this amusing, Uther?
I think it's hilarious. I'm just waiting for the part where we're all very concerned about the otherworldly entity that you've allowed in your body. That's usually what happens next, is it not?
Well, it's technically not the first. So, will this one try to kill you too?
Not sure yet. I think this one, since she's like more attached to my being alive, will probably try to sustain me better, if I'm being completely honest. She's also really good at hiding, so that feels pretty cool. And she's pretty good at stabbing. But that's neither here nor there. This one wants to... sorry. She would like to stay alive. Whereas the god just didn't really care.
Great.
I guess that's good.
So I
She
guess
also wants to help kick Strahd's butt out of Barovia. She is not a fan. Man, you thought we disliked him. Holy crap, is it loud.
you said she was good at hiding, so I guess would you be able to make us a safe place here before we get to the Vistani?
I mean, Leaf and I could do that before.
Okay.
Something
Maybe
that Leaf and I have always been good at.
Maybe you're even better now. Let's just
Well,
do something.
We all need a rest, and I can keep watch. So why don't we stop here, in the middle of the road, off to the side?
Can it not be in the middle of the road?
great ideas as usual. all the way around.
Leaf and I can definitely help us once we get into the forest a little bit. We're really good at covering tracks and things like that.
Yeah, as much as this forest is dark, it's probably safer than being right on the road.
All right,
It
so let's start our camping.
is daytime. I guess it is safer. Yes.
Yeah, daytime nap.
Leaf takes a knee in, like, right in front of Ficus, and he says, "I believe you're strong enough to handle this, but promise that if it gets to be too much, you'll let us know if you need help."
I mean, if it gets to be too much, I'll just fight her myself, but I will let you know, too. But, yeah, she's really tied to me staying alive. So, I think we're better
Yes, that's a
with
good
this one.
thing.
He makes a tight-lipped smile and kind of nods. That's good enough for him. So then he'll stand up and walk off towards the forest to try to find somewhere safe to sleep.
As all of you turn to head toward the forest, Uther, you feel a cold hand on your shoulder. And you hear a whisper, like a voice, just behind your ear. Yes, Uther. What is it like to let something inside? You have gifted me. You have grown strong. I will make you even stronger.
Then prepare for a feast.
The hand slides down your back and disappears. And Ficus, as you try and reflect on the huntress within, there is something very different this time around. Before, you felt as though there was someone else within you. But with each passing minute, that distinction between the huntress and Ficus Fig blurs. You're able to slip into the woods, far enough off the road that anyone passing by won't be able to immediately see you. And if Ficus and Leaf want to make a survival check to create a hide of sorts,
I would love to.
you can either make them individually or one of you can do so with advantage. And Ficus has advantage on a roll. I have disadvantage somewhere, and Gregory, you have a +2 somewhere along the lines.
Woohoo!
I will save the +2 for the future because that was a 23. That's a 17 + 6.
Fantastic.
I believe the way advantage works is that it's just on your next roll, right?
It is, but we always kind of just. I let it fly, let it float.
Then I'm gonna
Thanks.
save it because I have
Introducing.
Leaf's help, and Leaf is doing great, and I rolled an 8.
Wonderful.
It's a nice natural 3 for me to start the campaign tonight.
Hey, I started with a 1. We can only get better.
Yep.
Between the two of you, you're able to find enough detritus and deadfall and leaves and all that to create a little bit of a blind just between the road and yourselves to where you feel comfortable enough to sit down to rest. If there's anything you want to do before beginning the long rest, let me know. Otherwise, we can begin it, see if anything happens during it, and have something after.
As this long rest progresses, is this when we now level our characters up potentially? What? No, because we were supposed to level them up last session, but I didn't.
To level 8.
Yeah.
If you didn't level up from last session,
Yeah.
then
I'm just wondering when that
yes.
happens, because there's also like the magical healing energy of leveling up and getting stronger.
At the
Or
end of
should
the
I
long rest, it will all
Yeah.
be in effect.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Uther will probably bother Bright for a second.
You say you'll bother Bright?
Yeah, he's gonna go.
Okay.
He's gonna. Because I can't remember. I think he asked if you could silver a weapon for him, but I don't remember.
I thought I did that so long ago.
No, you silvered the arrows instead, and then you
Okay.
gave me the +1 weapon. That's where 2 of
Right.
your magics have gone to. Is to me.
He had
Yeah.
so many magic weapons drop in his lap. You still
Yeah.
somebody else's stuff before him.
I only have grief. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I gave Soul a weapon magic
Yeah.
thing too.
You got my warhammer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
All right, so yeah, he was gonna ask if that's possibly something he can ask of you.
let me check my spells to see if I do need a long rest or not. Because I would love to do favors for you, but I also have 20 hit points
Oh yeah, that. Well, yeah.
and could use a nap.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably will very tiredly just kind of
Oh, he would go. You don't have to do it now.
yeah,
Just-
I will kind of give you a look of like, does it have to be now? I
No.
can, but I should not. Now, in after rest, I can see what I can do.
say no more, right?
It's just I've 2 spell slots left, and I kind of would need 1 to put the stuff back, and then I
understand. It requires no further explanation. I will find a place to rest as well.
yeah.
So look over at Ficus and be like, why was that so awkward?
Are we talking about those 2? I think it's because they're both just struggling in different ways, and it's now exhibiting itself in the physical way they talk to one another. And there was also a time, like less than 2 days ago, where I thought Uther was possibly going to kill Bright. So I think it's hard to ask for favors from someone you've also recently considered murdering. That's just my 2 cents. I haven't actually considered murdering someone and then had to ask them for a favor, but I do think it could be hard.
Understood.
Just Soul and Ficus sitting in the corner, like Ficus picking her teeth, going, "The heck is happening right now?"
there's nothing else,
I guess we
go ahead
Soul and I
and
watch.
Yep,
Yeah.
Soul and Ficus, who no longer sleep, who neither of whom sleep. If each of you would roll a perception check for me.
Perceptions.
And
was
Noir,
so
would you
much
roll a
better.
d20 for me, please?
Wait, who else is rolling?
Noir, if you'd roll a d20 for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Just
I'm down.
un-
I'm down.
Unmodified. Just
Oh my god, I rolled a 1.
okay.
Gotta keep that energy in the evening. I rolled a 27 for perception with a natural 19.
Fantastic.
I read an 11.
Okay. So Soul, distracted by his confusion over the interpersonal social interactions that Bright and Uther are navigating, just kind of stares off into space. The rest of you bed down to rest, trying to get a few hours of nap in. And Ficus, you see the woods in a way you hadn't noticed the Barovian woods before. So you're a person of the wood. You love them at home. You know each tree, each bird, each flower. And from the very beginning of Barovia, you were uncertain as to what to do with the Barovian woods. Everything seemed darker, deader, less. And that was what you first grasped when you were here. But for the first time in the last 10 days, you're noticing something different about the Barovian woods. It's not that they're less. It's that something is missing. And as you look through the trees and kind of take in this realization of Barovia, and as the mid-morning mists creep across the forest floor around you, you hear sounds coming from the road not too far away. This is nearing the end of your watch. It's the dark hours of the night have passed. The early morning has passed. Late afternoon has passed. And it's getting into, let's see, if that was 2, 10. It's getting to about 4 in the afternoon again, which is the completion of a long rest for everyone. As you see figures traveling quickly down the road away from Tser Pool. With your 27, you can see that it is your good buddies, the older couple, Tobar and Gunari, limping along with a horse between them.
I am going to scurry quickly and quietly, making eyes at Soul as I come down from the tree I was sitting in, and just fucking sprint up to see them on the road. But not to disturb the other ones. Let everyone else keep resting for now.
Soul, you get eyes made at you by Bright right before she shoots through the woods. Much quieter than you remember from before, and she was quiet already. After a short burst, you come out of the underbrush into the street itself, right between the two of them, and they both just jump and turn. They have like Gunari has a dagger in one hand that he's holding with both hands. What is that? Who is that?
It's me. It's still me.
Oh,
kind of. It's mainly me.
Mademoiselle. We must go. Why are you here?
Why are you here? Why are you limping? We were coming to you. We just needed a nap.
Stanimir, he came back 2 nights ago. He told us the protections were lifted. He said it was not safe. But we had nowhere to go. We stayed. But this morning, they came. We have scattered and fled. We hid for some time before heading down the road this way. We are leaving Barovia.
If that's something you can do, I think it's a good idea. At least for now. I don't know if the green smoke will get you that tried to get us, if those protections haven't been limited, or if those protections have been lifted. There we go. But if you have to stay here in Barovia, there's a okay church in a really shitty town. In Valaki, there's a church there that's at least blessed right now, and Strahd can't get inside, and the rose garden is really beautiful. And I'll just look at them very sadly.
Mademoiselle, we trust that you had a hand in that, yes?
Well, I'm not really one for blessing things. That's the metal one.
Oh. Well, we are only a day's ride from the eastern gate. So that is where we shall go. Hopefully, it opens for us.
But if it doesn't, you know where to go.
If it doesn't, we are very old men, and it is a very long journey.
I mean, this part's going to sound kind of gross, but I don't think anyone would look for you in Baba Lasaga's hut. And we cleared that out. She's not there anymore. It's really gross, but has potential.
Oh, my dear. We are people of this land. We have been all over, and we know well what the swamps of Berez have.
Yeah,
We
the
shall
zombies
stick
are
to the
bad
road.
too. Yeah, never mind. Bad choice. Bad choice. It's just, I thought maybe hiding, but no. Nope. Do you happen to know, or would you be willing to share what direction Mother Ava went? Because I'm looking for her. And like, gets a little bit stronger, a little bit more intent on that last bit.
As far as we know, she stayed. Tobar and I, we hid.
Okay. That's probably not great for her. If you guys look like this, and she is blind, and like it's just like all of the turmoil of Ficus talking with someone who's like inside of her brain. Okay, I don't. I've got some armor that's really small that you could have if you want it, if you need it. Do you want it? And she just like pulls out her old armor from the boot.
Mademoiselle. We shall hope. That is what we shall hold on to. We must hurry, though. We cannot stay here any longer.
Take this to keep the zombies far away from your body. And she pulls out one of the spears from the death house that she still has in her boot. Just started to like pull things out. Like, these are my favorite people in all of Barovia. However I can help them.
Tobar will reach out and take it, and Gunari will put his kitchen knife, now that you get a better look at it, away.
Okay, and take this. And she hands one of her old daggers to him, seeing the kitchen knife.
If she made it, Simmerini to us as well. We're going to try and make for Daggerford. Farewell, Ficus Fig. It has been wonderful to know you. And they begin traveling south along the road.
I'm so upset that you got to say goodbye to my grandfathers and I didn't.
I wait for approximately 15 seconds for them to come into line with Soul before I sprint back through the forest and wind up right next to Soul and be like, oh my gosh, we thought it was bad before. This is worse. everybody up! And I start going around and like shaking people awake.
What is it?
Good, you look rested enough. It's not good. Those weren't normal campfires that we saw in the distance. The Vistani are leaving. Grandmother Ava stayed. It's
I start
very,
sprinting.
very
I
bad.
start sprinting immediately.
Wait,
I'll
right.
follow.
I run in a panic. Nope.
Bright's running.
Can't
Uther
stop me.
hops up, starts running after her.
Yep. Leaf will grab his stuff and run right behind.
Just for my brain, did the long rest happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So grabs his his warhammer, just whispers a quick, "Oh, son, help us," and just starts running after Uther.
When they get closer to the campsite, Ficus will also whisper at her sword. But that's once we're like within eyeshot of seeing things.
Okay. As you go running down up the road, it's not long before the Tser Pool Encampment begins to come into view. And the smoke is quite thicker this afternoon than it was this morning. And as you go running, it's not long before you can see that a number of the caravans and the tents are actively burning. There are figures spread out across the encampment, and the horses seem to be wandering about as well. You're still several, let's say 100 feet from the camp itself. So go ahead and let me know how you'll proceed. Bright, you were the first to go running, so you tell me.
I'm running right in, looking for people. Things are on fire. I need to save people.
Okay, so you run. You'll run up straight there. Uther, you were following behind. Is that the same plan?
I think I'll take. Are there any baskets or anything that I can like take water from the river and douse some of these fires?
Okay, so that's your plan. So you'll come up right behind Bright, and you can start looking for that in a moment. Everyone else, is everyone just going to run straight there? Anyone doing anything different?
I mean, yeah, Leaf was trying to catch up with Bright, so for sure.
That's fine. I'm just going to put you all on the map then.
So
Yeah.
do a perception check to see if he can see who actually started the fires.
Go ahead and roll perception as you are jogging along to keep up.
Didn't start the fire.
And Ficus is full sprinting with the Huntress, kind of taking a little bit of control, looking for her sister.
You do have this sense of urgency that you feel. And you said her sister, but you actually slipped, and internally you're looking for your sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does this make you my great aunt? It does.
Ooh, even knows.
As you turn the corner of this caravan, you get... Oh, wait, we'll have Soul's perception check first, and then...
12.
12. Nope, you don't see anything other than what I described to them. As you turn that corner, this horse in front of you, which is a bit small, sorry about that, is going to turn to look at you. And it is covered in burn marks, has exposed muscle, and is most certainly not alive. I need everyone
Great.
to roll initiative.
Before we roll initiative, can I do the thing that I said I was doing, which was whispering to my sword as I got close to camp?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, I'm just casting Holy Weapon on it.
Yep. I'm making the horses bigger.
Oh,
And-
yes. Critical roll. First 20 of the night.
Wonderful.
That was good.
Couple more.
Undead horses are slow.
They are absurdly slow. But just like the last time you had to deal with the camp, there's always something more than horses.
Ah, dear.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me order this in descending order. Leaf, you are first as this horse turns and starts lumbering toward Bright.
Leaf does a sort of quick, let's say, like a he's gonna change. So he's running forward and then sees this creature, and he's gonna try to get a better angle. So I'm gonna run over this direction.
Go ahead.
And then I will draw out Corpse Slayer, my bow.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action to mark this creature as my Slayer's prey.
Go ahead.
And then I will take 2 shots.
Can I get a Merlin on the board, by the way?
Yep, sorry.
Thanks.
Oh, so close. That's a 25 to hit with the first one.
That will definitely hit.
I didn't declare it, but I'm going to say this time I'm going to make this a sharpshooter's attack.
Absolutely.
So let me do the damage for that first. Let's see. So we got that damage plus... where's Slayer's? There it is. That damage. So total of 15 for the first, as a wire of blue energy in the form of an arrow goes shooting out at the horse. The second one, as I said, I'm going to do with sharpshooter. So here we go.
It stumbles but doesn't fall.
Oh, yes. That's a 19 to hit with sharpshooter.
That'll hit.
Spectacular.
And go ahead and ping the one you're shooting one more time.
The one right here in front of Bright.
Got it.
I don't want it to have a chance.
The second shot passes just behind its jawline, and it probably collapses.
Well, that's 24 piercing magical.
It definitely collapses.
Awesome.
Anything else?
That's action, bonus action, and full movement. So I just call out and say, the horses, they look like they're undead.
Soul, go ahead.
Right, so is simply going to run straight up. Let's see. That should be 30, right?
Yep.
All right, so it's going to straight up run the horse. As he's running, he's going to yell to Uther. Hey, put down the water. I need a suplex over here. And then I suggest he's going to do an upswing of the mace, obviously. Warhammer.
Really
Yep.
nice throwback to our first fight of suplexing dead quadruped creatures.
15
will hit.
first swing. All right. And
You hit a horse with a warhammer. It sinks
Horse.
into its shoulder.
well, these don't do damage. That's why I don't do these. All right, one sec. $10. And then second row. 16.
16 will also hit. The first hit, like, it shatters something in the leg and it starts to fall. 9 more damage is exactly enough as your second swing comes down and takes out the horse, the undead horse.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's movement, full action. I don't think I have a bonus I want to use at the moment, so I'm good.
Action to, or she's doing basically like whatever she can to get to the tent. So we're gonna check this one, especially this one that's on fire. How far away? Oh yeah, I can make that there with my bonus action and movement. So
Okay.
Ficus is going to the one that's on fire and opening the curtain.
Okay.
Is Mother Ava inside?
She is not.
Okay.
Quick glance, there does seem to be some kind of form huddled under the blankets nearby, though.
I'll lift up the blankets to see who it is.
It is Marini. Gunari and Tobar's granddaughter.
Is she alive?
She's mid-20s. She's not...
She's, I would call her cousin. Like,
Is
she's
she
my
breathing?
generation.
Yeah.
As your action, you can make a medicine check if you would like.
I will do that. My medicine is garbage, I think.
So is Uther.
Could be worse. Natural 20.
There you go.
You enter the tent, you pull the blanket, you look down, you kind of slap her face a little bit, and she ever so slightly groans. There is fire in the back of the tent. You start dragging her out. You get her just to the door, so effectively, no extra movement or anything. But she does start to wake up. She does stabilize. She is still alive. What's this? What is... She passes out again. Uther, go ahead.
All right, let's see where your boy can go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What's the story with this guy?
It is Stanimir. You remember him as the leader of the caravan. And he is leaning against the stump that he stood on to tell the story your first night. And he's quite heavily injured. You can't tell without taking an action if he's alive or not.
Sure. I'm going to, as a bonus action, just look down at him and say, "Get up." And that'll be my healing word.
Okay.
And then for my action, I am going to toss him in Soul's direction to get him away from these two.
Okay, sounds good. I am fine with you doing that. No need to do any checks. You are a barbarian. You pick him up and put him right here. Is that good?
It's bad disrespect.
No.
Get
No,
up.
no,
Throws
I was waiting to shout, "Stop throwing people at me!" Like,
he throws another one at you.
So, Stanimir groans, but is conscious and stable as you pick him up and put him on the other side of the fire. So that's bonus action and action. Movement.
Yeah, he healed a whole 4. Congratulations.
Sounds good.
Tell your friends. And then I just kind of look. I'd like to try and get these undead horses' attention.
Okay.
It's like, so let's hurry up and do this now. And that'll be his turn, because that's all I can do.
Right. It's your turn.
Cool. I kind of like slid to a halt in shock of the carnage. But now shake myself. Has anyone attended to this person on the ground?
No, I'm putting green dots on them once they're tended to, except
Perfect.
for Marini, who I accidentally deleted at some point, and I can't find her
What?
token.
You deleted my cousin? Anyways, I am going to immediately rush up and drop to my knees and check on her. Please?
That is Honka. He is... Oh, let's give...
Sorry.
Nope, that's fine. It takes an action to tend to him. He is hurting quite badly and is
Yep.
not. He does not look to be in good shape.
I have a cure wounds for him.
Okay, that'll work too.
That's
No need to make any
fine.
check.
Tank. Okay. Cool. That's... I can math. 11 points of damage, or not damage. I don't want to damage my uncle. That is 11 points of healing, please.
Nice. That's massive.
Honka actually comes to consciousness with a jolt. He's like, "Stop! Stop! Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from?"
I don't
And
know what is
he jolts
happening.
upright. That The enemies and the protections were passed.
I know. It's us. We did this.
He turns and sees the horses and just like pushes back on his heels. Where is everyone?
I don't know.
Where is my Fifinka?
I'm gonna
Mommy!
push him and stand up and just look around for
All right.
the next person and use the rest of my movement to get to the next person.
All right. You should be those you can see. So go ahead and move however you wish.
30. I can see here and I can reach here, so I'm gonna stumble very blindly behind Uther to just like start going for the next one.
It's Kaloro. It's Honka's son.
Great, cool, cousin, hi. Nope, still uncle. Just checked the ages on the document that I see we're both on. I was like, oh, fancy meeting you here on this document of my family tree. Anyways, Baby Soul is going to not follow me for the time being, but is gonna follow Uther and run up here. That's
Okay.
probably in the horse's space.
Yep, right
There.
there.
Just
Oh,
sure,
there.
right in the middle
Sure.
of all of them.
That's fine.
You know, like Barbarian, like Steel Defender, they're just gonna go draw the fire. So he's can attack with my bonus action.
All right.
So that's an 18 on the die.
18 will hit.
I once
And then
again don't
which of
know
those-
how my dog works. It's this one going the same one. Going the same one that Uther was.
Oh, the same
going
one
for.
Uther's next to. Got it. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Alright.
So force empowered Ren 1d8. Hey, we're actually gonna do a d8 of damage now. Heyo, that's 9 points of force damage, please. As this little metal suit of dog-like features seems to be lit by fire from within, almost like a mechanical hellhound.
Yep. The undead horse just kind of accepts the blow. Parts of its ribcage collapse in, but it doesn't seem too overly bothered by it. We are going to roll randomly to see which of the 5 people around that horse it's going to attack.
No,
I'll
not
roll a
5.
6, and I'm going to start with Kalaro. So that is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is Narilla, who is just above it. So it is going to try and stomp on her. It does so with advantage because she's prone. It does hit. For
No.
7 damage. You can see when she gets stomped by this horse, the way that she spasms, she coughs afterwards. She's still alive, but does not look too good. This is going to move right here. And also randomize between the 3. So starting with Uther as 1 and 2. The dice is taking its time rolling. A 2, so that's Uther, so it's going to try and stomp at Uther. So this horse comes up behind you. A 10 completely misses terribly. This one is only next to the dog, so it's going to try and kick Baby Soul. A 20 will hit Baby Soul, almost certain, for 9 damage to Baby Soul. This one only sees Rupa over here, so it will come over here, and it will attack Rupa on the ground with advantage, which is a crit. 12, 6. It comes out of nowhere, rears up on both legs, and comes slamming down.
Okay.
And Rupa stops moving. This one comes down here and attacks Baby Soul. 15. Does that hit Soul? Baby Soul?
I'm pulling up his character sheet right now. His AC is.
I think it's close to that.
Yes. There's not an AC on here. Hang on, let me read the book.
If it hits, it's 8.
Great.
Otherwise, that is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all 5. Leaf, it's your turn.
Okay, let's see. So, wow. Rupa just got wrecked. At a glance, do they look like they just got stomped? I mean, that's terrible. So they're probably pretty far gone, I'm guessing. I'm gonna shoot that horse that's right next to it.
Okay, it's going to have partial cover from the tents that are on fire, but you don't care because you have sharpshooter.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter, but I would just like skirt around that fence anyway. Or I mean, excuse me, tent rather. Over to like here. Hopefully that's
Sounds
still
good.
visible on the stream there. Yep, good. Okay. Oh, sorry, I don't have a turn order. I didn't realize that. There's our turn order. So let me do that. I'll run over there and then I'm gonna keep using sharpshooter because these things seem to be easy to hit.
Sure.
So fingers crossed. First, I'll use a bonus action to switch my Slayer's Prey. And then here's my first action. That's a 16 to hit.
16 will definitely hit.
Okay. So that is going to be 12 plus 5 plus 10. So 27.
It takes it down in one shot.
Nice. Seeing that, I will then change targets to this one back here, actually. Oh, wait, there's a tent in the way.
There's a tent in the way. You can see these ones really clearly.
Shoot. I didn't do that very well. All right, I will go for the one in front of Bright and Stan.
Yep. That's
Is
fine.
that Stanimir? Stanimir?
Stanimir is over here.
Oh. Okay. Well, who's that again?
Colero.
Okay. Well, so the one in front of Bright, Polero. Uther
Mhm.
can certainly handle that other one, but I'm going to go for that one there.
Go for it.
So, same thing. I will use the sharpshooter.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Oh, that's a natural 19. That'll do. So that's
That'll hit.
that's a dirty 20 to hit, I guess. And even after sharpshooter. Oh yeah, that's big damage. So that's 22 points of damage without Slayer Spray.
That will kill it.
Oh yes.
Anything else, Leaf?
Finally, the dice are in my favor tonight. That's it. Full movement, bonus action. So yeah, that was a good round
Sounds
for
good.
Leaf.
Soul, go ahead.
All right. Well, since that guy is, let's see. I'm going to expect Bright to take care of that one, so I'm going to move here
Okay.
to the flip,
Yep, go ahead.
and I am going to use 10 points of healing touch on the gentleman beside me.
That is Narilla, and she
Oh,
takes the
sorry.
10 points of healing. She comes to consciousness, still a little woozy. There were so many. He is here. And she passes out again.
And that's an action, movement. Let's see. Bonus action. Oh, he should be fine because of damage. No, I'm good from here.
Okay. Ficus, you're up.
I'm gonna take my time with this because there's a whole bunch of things I did while leveling up and also with the person in my body. So bear
Okay.
with me, everyone. Ficus is just gonna like shake the person she's holding and then dip, be like, "You gotta get," and then she's gonna dip because we gotta get out of here. And we are gonna go for a run, and I did the math already. I can get all the way up to here and then directly engage with this guy. So I'm going to stabbity stab.
Nice. With advantage.
I'm so anxious. Ugh. Well, thank goodness for advantage, because
You're
that.
anxious. You didn't walk in your
ended
family
up-
being massacred. Okay.
So I originally rolled a 4, and then I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 20 will hit.
Kill it. Kill it with all the things.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm gonna do this and just put it in the thing to make it easier for my brain.
Sure.
There we go. I don't want to roll damage myself. I'm too tired. And then, so would we just double the 6?
You double all the rolled dice. So
So plus 3 plus 9. So 12. And then we've also got the 1d4 from my holy weapon. Or my divine favor.
Mhm.
Which is an additional 4, which is an 8. So
Yes.
8. Oh god.
8
8 plus 15
6 plus
is...
3. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. I'm really bad at math. I took basic arithmetic, and then I went into communications. So 24, or not 24. 15 plus 9, 6, or 24. Yep. 24 plus 3, 27 plus 4 is 31 points of damage on my first stabbity stab.
You kill it.
Excellent. Fuck it.
You start stabbing the back of this undead horse. Pieces of it just start coming off, and it collapses in a heap between. You look up over its haunches to see souls standing there.
Then I'm going to action surge my ass all the way into this tent. Because I remembered that Mother Ava was in the long tent. So Ficus reminded the person that's now in her body, like, ah, fuck, this was a stupid tent to go to. And the inner monologue that they had was, get to the other tent.
It's not stupid when my family is living and dying in all of those tents. It's fine.
I'm sorry, but I need to find my sister.
The inside of the tent is torn apart. The worn wooden table that you first received that card reading on has been broken and tossed to one side. And in a heap in the back of the tent is another lump. You pull the blanket off to see Mother Ava, wounded and hurting.
I scream, she's in here! And hope that one of my healing party members can do something about it.
Uther, you're up.
Wait, is anybody human in this?
Okay. I'm going to
I'm the healer.
5,
I thought you
10,
said human.
Oh, human. You.
and
No,
Then-
none of us.
then as my action, Uther is just going to go, all right, that's enough. And that is going to be turn undead.
Okay.
Everything within a 30-foot radius has to make a wisdom save, DC 14, or they are turned. And here, I got the radius for you.
Thank you. Yep, that's all that's left, and that's all that's important. So we'll go 12, 2, and 3. All of them fail.
Yeah. And then he's going to look over at the person that Fig is talking to. And he just yells to Fig, she'll be fine. And that is my bonus action, another healing word.
Okay.
And
Do you have to see them, or do they just have to hear you?
They just have to hear me.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll me some healing.
All right. And
Who was this again?
Rupa.
Great.
and I have an ability for my class that I forgot. If she's at 0, she automatically gets max healing, which would be 7.
Nicely
She is not at 0.
Okay.
Aw, poop.
We accept the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Then after that, I mean, yeah, he's just continuously walking towards the river with a bucket. He's like, not, this doesn't matter.
Right, go ahead.
Checking spells. Hang on. I think I can cast Longstrider as a bonus action, and that improves my speed right away, right? I always mess up the two that. Yes, Expeditious Retreat is the one that I want, not Long Strider.
Usually it's Expeditious Retreat. Yeah.
Yes, I want Expeditious Retreat.
Okay.
So I just I'm going to inspect this guy first.
Okay.
And medicine or whatever, if they haven't been attended to.
They have
haven't,
not.
Right? Okay.
Nope.
I'm just gonna do another healing into him
Sure.
instead. Cure wounds.
That's fine. That'll stabilize him.
So I'm so stressed out right now. Sweet, I rolled max, so that's 13 points of healing. And
Okay.
I'm sprinting, stopping to scream at the fact that my aunt is dead, apparently, by the way.
Yep.
And nobody's doing anything about it, but I can't because that's all that I have. So I'm just freaking out instead. And I'm running and just like dropping into my grandma's arms.
Yep. As you run into the tent, Mother Ava is just sitting up, her dark skin and her white dreads hanging to either side. She begins to sit up and her eyes open. There's streaks of tears down her face on either side, and her eyes have that starburst effect of her cataracts. She says, "My child is here." And she passes out. Turn undead at your level, Uther, just means they run, correct?
They run for an entire minute unless they take damage from one of us. So he would also. This isn't the first time they've seen this, so I'm imagining everybody knows the drill. Don't hit them.
All three of those undead horses bolt to the south and are effectively gone. Everyone that can be stabilized has been stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
What about in the tents? Check the tents. Everybody check the tents. My family
Yeah,
isn't here
if-
and we need to find them.
Yeah, that's exactly what Leaf would be doing.
So with Bucket still in hand, he's going to continue his stride to the river and then take the fire out of this one.
Yep, no problem. We can narratively go from here for a little bit. Uther starts bucketing water to each one. You check the rest of the tents and the caravans. You don't find any more Vistani anywhere else. Those that have been stabilized kind of all gather around Stanimir and then head to outside of Mother Ava's tent. Kaloro is collapsed next to his wife, crying. Honka is next to his son.
Like,
Do you have any spells that affect the dead?
It's only been a round.
It's been one round. If
I
anyone
posted
has...
in chat, we do have one Revivify spell scroll.
Uther should
Yeah,
be
but
able
that-
to read that.
I
could
can do it,
too.
yes.
Are we doing that? I don't know who has it. I assume it's in the boot. So Ficus is going to need to pull that out because there's no way that Bright is thinking clear enough to say we have that.
You have plenty of time to get it out of the boot and someone to cast it if that's how you want to use it.
Do you have that? Do you have the scroll?
I
He's
do
just
have the
got-
scroll. It was probably honestly like already out once I saw.
Give it to me. He's gonna take it, and he's going to say the word. He's gonna, and to the people that are crying next to the body, he's just literally just gonna move them aside, and say the words in his dark language.
As
Do
you
we
unroll the
need
scroll,
gems for it?
one moment. As you unroll the scroll, you feel a cold hand on your shoulder. What do you think you're doing?
This one isn't even worth your time.
Don't make it a habit. And the hand falls away.
And then I'm going to continue the spell.
Okay. You cast Revivify. The places in Rupa's chest where the hooves landed solidify. And her eyes open. Kalaro, I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you. And Kalaro buries himself in her chest as she wraps her arms around him.
He flings the used up paper and just goes towards the river and gets more water.
Sorry, we were not using that on Mother Ava. I got the wrong aunt. Cool.
So walks with Uther, and as they walk towards the river, he just simply says to him, It's nice to see you use your magic for something other than bringing death. Doesn't even wait for a response. Just walks ahead.
Yeah, I think Leaf would have run through all the tents to make sure, like, because he's one of the quickest in the group. So he would have made sure there's nobody else that's, like, in need of help. And then
you look through. Oh, yep.
Well, and then once that's done, he's going to start trying to put the fires out.
Okay. So we've got Sol, Uther, and Leaf are putting fires out. Bright and Ficus are in the tent next to Mother Ava. Stanimir and the remaining Vistani are gathered around the tent as well. Stanimir puts his head in and says, Is she well?
Is she well?
Mother Ava will open her eyes and try to sit up and has some trouble sitting up.
I'm like, she's in my arms. I'm helping her.
Oh, my child. And then she'll tilt her head toward Ficus just a little bit. A smile creeping at the corner of her mouth. And my sister? He came for us. He said there are many ways to hurt those who would interfere. I did not think that he would break the long truce in this way. But he came with his hounds. Bright, my child, your family was not here when it happened. Tranquil was out, as was your mother and father.
I say no.
I assume those who fled are seeking a way out of Barovia. It is no longer safe for us here. It has finally gotten too dark.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I think Bright has something of yours that you've been missing for a bit.
I had wondered if that was the case seeing you here. And my sister, it is so good to hear your voice once again. It has been so long. She'll reach a hand up and put it on Bright's cheek.
Fumbling for her nefesh now. We need to get you to Yester Hill.
Yes, my daughter. We must send everyone out of Barovia until this is done.
If they can leave.
I have read the cards. The door is open. To some.
Not to us.
Not you. Stanimir will stand up outside the tent. Mother, are you coming as well? No, my son. Barovia is where I shall always be. But all of you, collect what you can and go. This is no longer our home. If it can be again, I will send someone for you. But for now, we leave. We are again a people without a land. Go. Stanimir starts collecting everyone that he can. Narilla immediately hops up. She tends to her wounds a bit, but she is one of the stronger fighters of the group, and she says, "All right, everyone. You heard Mother. She will come get us. My sister there. She will bring the light. Come, come!" They all rush to the various caravans that aren't on fire to try and collect their things. Over the course of the next half hour or so, the worst of the fires are nothing but smoldering heaps. And the camp is quiet.
Which one was my family's?
This one that had the most fire on it.
Of course it was. Okay. I would like to look through it.
It had burned the longest and the most severely. So as you walk up to the caravan, the middle has broken and collapsed. The four wheels on either side, the actual caravan itself is no more. Charred ash and wood, bits and pieces.
Is there anything from my family that I can take for them?
If there's anything you can think that you tell me what you find. You can find a piece of anything.
Any, like, toys from me and Tranquil growing up, or like mom's like cooking stuff or something?
There is a mostly intact duck with wheels.
Cool.
The rope that you pulled it by is burned away, and it's singed, but it's still there.
Okay. I need to take these of home. And then I'm going back to my grandmother.
You have my nefesh, and you know of my shrine on Yester Hill. Then we should go.
What would be faster, do you guys think? Just playing the long game here? We lost time the last time we used magic to travel. And I don't know how much time we want to continue to lose. Would it be faster for us to walk?
Yester Hill is like 6 days away walking.
All right, magic time it is.
All right. Real quick, point of clarity. If Soul, Leaf, and Uther could put themselves anywhere in the camp, where you would be?
Oh no.
I mean, he was just working towards getting the fires out, so...
Assume the fires are out, you're just finishing up. Where did you end?
Once Uther got done with all his stuff, he just kind of walked off.
He probably would have searched the tents for anything valuable, I think.
Sure.
Or
So we've
noteworthy.
been doing medicine checks on the remaining Vistani.
They're all milling about getting their stuff.
I mean, anybody who's sort of injured, make sure everybody's, well enough to travel.
You do a quick look over, you glance, everybody was stabilized, everybody's well enough to travel, everyone who's still here,
Mhm.
including the one who died momentarily.
So in that case, he's probably helping them bury that one or decide for
No,
no.
you saved her
We
with Revify.
resurrected.
Oh,
I got it, Chief.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So that's where you are.
I thought 2 people died. My bad.
But
Is
everyone
that
else
he's
around.
fine where he's standing.
There is a voice that carries over the surface of the lake. One that you've come to recognize. You will get everything that you deserve for meddling in my affairs. I will suffer your presence no longer. Walking on the surface of the lake, coming out of the mist, is Strahd, atop his nightmare, Bucephalus. Near to Uther. Oh, I lost the... Where'd he go? There he is. Near to Uther, coming out of the forest, you hear a growl as one of his hellhounds comes out as well. It's a little bit further to the south, not right there. And Leaf, close to you as well, coming from around this tent, is a second.
Okay.
Move this to here. Wrong layer. Sorry, they're all in the wrong spot. Mother Ava's eyes widen. She says, "My child, he is here." What do you do?
I'm about to step outside and cast Spike Growth on the shoreline to at least give us a barrier between us and Strahd.
Okay.
Homeboy's walking on water right now.
Yeah, I want it to be like a bunch of spikes coming up so that there is a clear, like, small wall here. It's more of a, like, I'm aware you're here, back the fuck up, bro, kind of move than an actual, like, this is gonna help us long-term move.
How close do we have to be to use the transport strap thing?
So far, it's everyone right next to each other.
Great. I'm gonna start dragging Grandmother Ava towards, like, center location.
She gets up, she walks 30 feet
helping.
and is happy to go with you.
I'm helping. So I'm just literally circling us up in the middle of the circled wagons and just kind of...
Is there a
like,
limit of how many people can
motioning
travel with the knot?
everyone?
You don't
I
know.
don't know. One way to find out.
But we know that we were able to travel with more than we currently have because we had 2 sisters the last time we traveled.
Correct.
We also
Now-
lost one last trip. First trip.
Well, I meant all of Bright's family.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
not coming with us. They fucked.
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey now. I'm
was-
not okay with that.
All
That was
of
meant
them,
to be a muted thought.
Join me on the
Ah.
all of them look up. Stanimir looks over the water and sees Strahd, turns to the others and goes, "Vistani! Run!" And they all start running south.
So ready in action that if Strahd gets within range, he will use his artifact.
Okay. You have all the stats for that?
Yes.
All the Vistani start running toward the road to the south. Ficus casts a spell. Soul prepares to hit something. Uther and Leaf, the two of you are...
Leaf is going
Trying to
to
recall
back
them.
towards the group, and if he needs to, he will shoot at this dog.
If you shoot at the dog, we'll be rolling initiative.
Please don't do that.
I won't until the dog tries to attack. Like
Okay.
that's
Okay. So you head back, so you can go ahead and head back to the group. Uther, this hellhound, comes out of the forest, its eyes blazing with fire. It's growling between its bared fangs. There are flickers of black smoke and sulfur. It doesn't seem to be attacking as much as glaring at you with a growl.
Dumb question, I know.
Mhm.
But can I attempt an animal handling check?
I'm surprised you didn't do that with the horse. I legit
You may.
going to try and tame one of these horses.
Look at us. We have the nightmare now.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look at this creature and try to get its attention. You feel that cold hand on your shoulder again. And you hear the voice in your ear. Soon, all my children can be yours. But for now, they are his. And you feel the hand come off of your shoulder and kind of brush against your jawline to push your head towards Strahd over the water. I care only about the strongest of you.
The transition of power will be swift, I assure you. And I would like to look at the dog one more time and just go, soon. And then I'll walk back to my party.
Okay. Strahd atop Bucephalus starts walking just above the surface of the lake. Every last one of you shall be mine. You had the opportunity to collect yourselves and join me for a proper send-off of myself and my bride, but instead, you break my sky. You awaken. He points a finger toward Ficus. Her. It shall not stand. You come to me. And I need Ficus to make a wisdom saving throw.
Use your +2.
The advantage.
Oh boy.
I already used that advantage, but I will definitely use that +2.
Oh, I forgot to use the advantage. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Wisdom is a dumb stat. Actually, no. Strength was a dumb stat for this character, but second dumb.
You got this.
Oh, she flinched.
19 totals. It's a 15 on the die, +2/+2.
Oh.
Nice.
I would flinch because I had to do math. That's what I came down to.
That's real.
As his words wash over you, you feel part of yourself wanting to walk out into the water with him. But there is another voice within. A hand resting comfortably on your chest that holds you back. No. He shall rule this land. You resist. Everyone should probably roll initiative. After I
Can
clear
we
this one
not?
out. Let me clear this one out.
What's the green circle or oval?
Green oval
Spike
circle
growth.
thing is the spike growth that goes into the water, but it's there to protect the shoreline.
Okay.
For, a guy who can float over it, and it doesn't even matter. It was there to look good, but look
It's
out
the
for it. It's
symbol
also
of-
dangerous.
It is the symbol of us being
Oh,
protected,
dear.
okay?
It's not the time we want the GM to crit on an initiative roll.
Okay, Strahd, I see you. Brother, get a that 20. Strahd gotta get a that 20 too. That's fine.
I mean, I'm
That's
doing
all
my part, but I can't beat that. Uther's coming in a close second. Oh, close.
Natural will
Uther got
twos.
a nat 20 as well. How about that?
The soul still have his ready action.
So you swing your hammer in his general direction.
No. I had the wondrous artifact ready if you ever hit 30.
Oh, yeah. So he is not yet within 30 feet, I don't think. Let me see.
Fair enough.
He's just outside.
Oh, he knew.
So that is everyone. Strahd goes first. He lifts a hand and begins casting a spell. And as he lifts his hand, he rakes his hand up the back of his nightmare's mane. The fire collects in his fingers,
Yeah,
and he
that's my move.
snaps a ball of energy towards you. This little pea-sized light
Oh fuck.
lands right about here before it detonates.
Brace for impact.
Dope.
He casts Fireball.
I
Oh, we
should have
know.
taken evasion. God,
We asked
I
you
told
to.
you.
That's
I wanted to level up my fighter. I wanted to stab
Of
people.
course. We know. We get it.
oh,
And it's not... Oh, there's the button.
isn't evasion like Rogue's best feature?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, but I was waiting because I was like, we haven't had to evade anything this whole campaign.
So I need Leaf, Soul, Ficus, Bright,
Yep, it's
Baby
coming.
Soul, and Uther. Oh, everyone. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Congrats, you know
Hello.
the name of everyone in our party.
Oh, not good. Not
I get to make
good.
mine with advantage. 16.
Okay, I am
Thank
gonna use
you,
my plus
Lathander.
2 in hopes, because I rolled a 7 plus 8, which is 15. I'm gonna hope plus 2, 17 is enough. Fingers crossed.
It's right in there. It is an
Oh, we
Oh,
are.
18 to save.
Dang it. Okay.
I
What?
got it.
What is Solar's charisma bonus? I think we're all close.
Everyone
wait.
is
So
everyone
there's-
within 10 of Soul
Oh,
Everyone,
gets
yeah.
I think a +5.
Let me double check because I did get that feature just for this moment.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't hit that loop.
We just
The
keep
land-
getting hit by sleep spells, so it didn't really matter.
You're my new best friend.
So
Yeah,
Leaf gets the bonus, and Mother Ava gets
And
the
Mother
bonus.
Ava.
yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Baby
Anyone
Soul
who
passed.
failed takes
I rolled
33 damage.
I rolled a 4,
Oh no.
but I am fire resistant, bitch.
Nice.
Yes, a plus
Okay.
4 within 10 feet.
I'm going to use Stone's endurance to resist some of the damage.
So
Or
we,
reduce
the
some
rest of us
damage.
take 16. Is that what I heard? If you saved
If you save, it's 16
or have resistance.
or have resistance. Yes.
Okay.
Mother Ava, despite saving, collapses.
No.
And
All right.
that is Strahd's turn. Uther.
I am going to get in some shit for this, and I apologize in advance.
Don't you dare leave this radius. Don't you dare.
Uther is going to look down at the fallen old woman and go, "Get up!" And then he's going to take Bright's hand and her hand.
I'm holding Ava already. Like, I
And the-
already had my arms around her.
and the leather bound, because it is a bonus action for healing word and an action to use this strap thing,
Yep.
and he's gonna get them the fuck out.
Okay.
Question: do you have one?
I do
Everybody
have
had one.
But wasn't Uther's like the
Oh
first
shit!
one that
I did
sent
know.
us?
You know what? I did use it. Does
Uther was
Plus-
the first one to use one.
you're right? You're right. So
Yep,
question would be, Bright, do you have yours out?
I had it out to take Ava
Or
as
she
soon as
keeps it.
everyone was around. My turn was going to be I prepare the action to tie the knot as soon as everyone is touching me. So yeah,
So-
I had it out.
So could he do it? A free action with the object, grab the rope, action, pop it.
If she lets you grab it, yes.
Do you let Uther grab it?
I'm waiting for the rest of the party to get here. We need the rest of them. So I would fight you for it, but you're a barbarian. You're stronger than me.
In that case, you resist. And he
Ugh.
just goes, fine, die.
We need to.
And then he just stands in front.
Leaf. Your turn.
So just so I'm 100% clear,
Yes.
Uther cast Healing Word on Mother Ava,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
she's not
She's no longer dying.
okay. All right.
And it's what's the roll on that?
We need to go.
Here is 0. If she was at 0, it's
She was at
7.
0, so it's 7.
Mhm.
So
So she comes to again. She's conscious.
She has
So-
been supported by me the whole time.
then
Yeah.
Leaf is going to shift past Solaire and Uther, and as he slinks, as he gets up to Ficus, he is going to say, "Forgive me for this, Ficus Fig. It's time to go." And he's just, if she will let him, he's going to grab Ficus and like pick her up, and then step back 2 more paces to be with the group, so that
Do you
we're
resist?
all.
I do not resist, but I maintain eye contact with Strahd the whole time.
Yeah,
Ah.
Leaf is definitely keeping an eye on Strahd for sure. Yeah. Do you
Anything
want me to
else,
make
Leaf?
an athletics check or anything for that, or?
Nope, not if she's gonna let you.
Okay, dokie.
Is that the end of your turn?
I mean, that's an action. Yes.
At the end of your turn, Strahd is going to take one of his legendary actions.
I will take my legendary action after him.
Absolutely. To start walking across the water on Bucephalus, who then steps over the top of the spike growth and lands immediately next to Soul, Leaf, and Ficus.
And can soak his
You can set off your shot with your holy symbol.
he's going to take the holy symbol, basically yank it from his neck and hold it straight up at shouting. I should have prepared something. Just gonna shout thunder, and it is gonna be a beam of sunlight right in his face.
All right.
I think it should
Is
be
that an
like,
attack
I
to
should
hit,
have
or
prepared
is that-
something?
It's basically saying I expend 5 of the charges, and it shines just a bright light in 30-foot radius. Actually, 30-foot radius, lasts for 10 minutes, and it's straight sunlight. Well, sorry, no. Yeah, it's
It's the as an action, you expend 5 charges, shed bright light. Sunlight is sunlight that lasts for 10 minutes. So you turn on the sun.
Again.
yes, sunny day.
As soon as you pull this holy symbol of St. Angel's out, it begins to glow, and you cast this spell. You say a prayer to Lathander, who answers your call through the mists, and the entire camp is flooded in bright light of the noonday sun. Strahd squints and glares at you. Such a pretty little toy.
Oh,
I took it from the corpse of its last bearer. Will I take it from yours as well? That is your held action. That was the end of
Yep.
Leaf's turn. Ficus, you have a legendary action you want to take.
You
Yeah.
actually have a legendary action? You weren't just being facetious?
No. I mean, that definitely sounds like something that I'd be facetious about. But no. I am... once he's within range, because he's kind of in melee right now, right?
He is in melee with you atop Bucephalus, yes.
I am going to kind of like use my feet to press into Leaf to give myself some good, like, strong pose as I lunge forward in Leaf's arms, similar to Simba, but way more aggressive. And I am going to stab him in the face
Go for
if
it.
I can. Okay.
Roll the hit.
Bam. 15. plus. Okay. I really like this die. 15's been really nice.
She should be an advantage because he is squinting from my sunlight bearing in his face.
Yeah, and I'm having a wonderful time. I love the sun. Everything in the sun should be with advantage. Thank you.
If I cannot, are we taking Strahd with us?
He's not touching us. We're all gonna touch you, and we're gonna hope for the best.
Hey,
Well, you're stabbing him in the face right now.
15
that is
plus.
touching.
15 plus 7.
That will hit.
Or, sorry, plus 6.
That will
21.
still hit.
Okay.
First
Roll
blood
it.
on Strahd.
Roll damage.
Okay, long, stabby weapon. Okay, we're just doing this. Meow.
You have the magic weapon I gave you.
15 points of damage at Strahd's face.
You
It
wouldn't
is
get
Not
sneak
the
attack on
magic
that.
weapon. Not when I have someone that's also in melee with him?
Oh, yep, sorry. Yep, never mind. Yeah, sorry. Your rapier
It's
passes
non-magical. Eh.
into Strahd's body. You feel the resistance. You've stabbed things before. You've even stabbed undead things before. Usually they bleed. A necklace around Strahd's neck flashes as the blade pierces his side, and he looks down at your hand, unfazed. How precious.
While looking down the sword, just to finish out this legendary action, just be like, don't worry, we'll still be there. And she's gonna just sink back into Leaf.
That was 15. Take note of that for myself for later. Bright, your turn.
Hi. I'm rotating here just to make sure that my people are close to me. And I'm tying the knot and saying Yester Hill.
As the mists begin to collect around
Saying
you,
it quietly because I really hope that Strahd doesn't hear me say where we're going.
you have to say it aloud.
I do, but aloud quietly.
There's a beam of sunlight in his face and a sword in his side. He's distracted, right?
I hope.
See you
No.
soon. As the fog overtakes him and overtakes all of you. And in a few moments, you can't see anything at all. Only the darkness of the cold fog of Barovia. And sometime later, you find yourself a mile north of Yester Hill. You look up, around, and assume that it's somewhere around midnight.
We have to run. We have to go.
Strahd is nowhere to be seen.
Great, cool, we're going.
Yeah, I guess Ficus would run ahead and just start scouting out the area ahead of him.
And I'm just holding on to Ava. Bringing her there.
This and that, and hit this. I thought that music changed, but it didn't, which is fine.
This is fine.
Yep. So Yester Hill at midnight is nothing more than a dark, imposing hill, obscuring part of the already darkened skies. Mother Ava is there with you as the mists disappear, but Strahd himself is nowhere to be seen. She looks up at you and says, "He moves quickly, but not this quickly. Don't take too long."
You're the one that needs to work on this.
I'm sorry, there is little to do except to help clean. He desecrated all of our shrines centuries ago.
Uh-huh.
I guess we get to cleaning?
Yeah.
You're a mile south of the hill itself.
We are running towards. We're going as fast as we can.
Everybody starts sprinting toward the darkness of the hill for you. And before too long, I guess I'll toss you on here. That'll be fine. Now, this map is not at the same
Scale.
So you are all little dots.
Oh yeah, I see that now. There's a lot of little dots right by that big tree thing.
So we're going to put you...
South is across,
here?
like down to the left.
I meant north. I just kept saying south.
Oh, okay.
That is everyone. I'm not going to bother with a token for Mother Ava. She is with you.
Or Baby Soul.
He's not.
Baby Soul was left behind. No.
How dare. I'm not leaving my dog to Strahd.
There she is. All right.
Thank you.
The hill rises up imposingly before you. It's too dark to see anything on it or any of the detail, the clouds obscuring any hope of seeing starlight or really anything at all. It's nothing more than a lump before you. You come to the foot of the hill itself, and there is a stone path that works its way up. Quite some distance. Let me give you the actual distance. Bright, what you know about Yester Hill is this is where druids have worshipped for centuries. Or not druids, the forest folk. This is their place of worship, their holy place.
Mm-hmm.
This is central to everything they are and central to their devotion to Strahd. The trail leads up to the dark and ominous hill. Lightning begins to strike, and rain begins to fall as you get closer to the hill itself. The rain picks up and starts to come down harder. The path grows muddy as the dirt trail goes ever upward. What's the marching order and plan of ascent?
Sorry. Soul will take the lead. Can he have Eclipse fly up to the tree, the scout ahead? The burnt tree that's there?
The tree in the distance? You absolutely can.
Yeah.
So that, from where you are, is 1,000 feet up and away from you.
He can do 50 a turn.
So each one of these squares is 50 feet. So you can essentially, as a group, go up 2 at a time if you're running. So probably, if I put you in the same...
Are we running?
That's the question.
We are hurrying.
I think once we get closer and like we know that Yester Hill is there, like we got surprised by hags last time. I think we all learned a pretty valuable lesson not to just run.
Well, and Bright would come back to herself and remind or inform of just remember the creatures at the Wizards of Wines. They love this place. They will be here.
Noted. Is there anything else we should know about this place? Okay then, let's go.
I look at my grandmother to see if she has anything for us.
I have not been here in quite some time. The first 100 feet are fairly uneventful, but as the rain falls, the path gets slicker and slicker. You reach the first intersection, a concentric ring of a path that circles the hill, to your left and to your right, and continues upward. About 200 feet away from you in either direction, there are dark lumps. It's hard to see from here. I think that, Leaf, you have the longest dark vision Yeah, there's just some indiscriminate lumps set along the road, not far ahead.
Okay.
If you would like, I could look for any traps. I know the area a little bit better now.
No.
So Ficus, you're going to peel off and take a closer look?
I would like to check for traps, because that's what rogues do.
Go ahead. You head off a little bit further away from the rest of the party. And as you get closer to these lumps, you can see that there are piles of stones that have been intentionally stacked. Maybe cairns, maybe crude altars, maybe something more sinister. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
27.
27. I'm going to stick you... wherever you
Yay,
are.
expertise.
There you went. Okay. Not too far away from the rest of the group. As you get about 50 feet from one of these piles of stones, you can see it shift ever so slightly. It's possible that this one, or maybe others, would move if they're disturbed.
I will
we
use
just don't.
my newfound knowledge of sign language, having been a mute person for centuries, and sign back to my sister and my niece. Just like ultimate quiet, like can't be making sounds.
It is midnight and raining in Barovia, and they're 150 feet away from you.
Give me perception.
I'm not even gonna
that sounds
let
like a
them
them
roll
problem.
that.
I will quietly walk back to them, and then once I feel like they're within a visible range.
Okay, sounds good. Once she's within sight, which is about 30, 40 feet away, as the guttering torch light around really all of Bright's being, you can just make out the gestures and get the same idea.
I think
So
I
what's the
want to.
plan?
I want to creep further forward. I want to see how far I can get in. I don't
Keep
know.
heading up.
What do you guys think?
We can investigate the zombie tombs on our way down, or we just will take a tying strip out of here so that we don't have to think about it ever. Okay, cool. Bye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say last time we investigated something off to the side, we got attacked by scarecrows.
Yep, that's a problem for not us.
Everyone's moving then as quietly as we possibly can.
We are not gonna 100% this map, and that's okay.
Another 100 feet up, you get to another concentric ring. Continue, follow it, you tell me.
Continue.
Going up.
I want to check for anything in the road that could possibly act as either a pressure plate or if there's a tripwire, kind of like how I used to be able to do alarm. Just kind of watching my feet for any disturbances as I'm ahead of the group.
Okay, go and roll another investigation as you make your way up.
Leaf is going to be bringing up the rear and taking a look behind periodically.
Sure.
That's only a 20.
20. The only sense that you get isn't that this hillside is trapped, but if you were to fight along this road with the rain falling as it would, it might be difficult to keep your footing. That's the only danger you can surmise from the path itself.
I'll just sign back to my group.
Okay. The message
So-
is passed along?
Yeah, at least 3 people know what's going on.
Yep.
Don't fight here. 'Tis bad.
Leaf, go ahead and make a perception check in the rear, and then I'll let you go another 100 feet.
Perception. Oh, that's pretty good. 17 plus 6, 23.
there's a flash of lightning. And you look behind along the path and see that it's empty. You don't appear to be followed. But you do notice a strange set of holes. You recognize it. At first, you just dismissed it as just, odd holes, gopher holes or something, but they're too big for that. It appears to be very large footsteps. It's as though a very tall figure walked this way at some point. Judging by the depth and how the mud has fallen in, it's been a few days ago. Something very tall walked from this hill to the north. Another 100 feet up, and you reach another concentric circle. This is the steepest section of the hill. The mud causes you to slip and slide. Mother Ava has difficulty keeping her feet. More than a few of you fall, just incidentally. Get covered in mud. And for the sake of poking fun at each other, if everybody makes a dexterity saving throw, we can see who fell and who didn't.
I am not impacted by difficult terrain.
Yep.
I am helping my grandmother to make sure that she doesn't slip, so I don't know if that gives her advantage or me disadvantage.
You
Oh,
disadvantage.
most definitely so. So tripped with a 9.
18 for Leaf.
Would this be
Leaf's
considered? Would this be considered high altitude?
No.
Okay.
This is the highest we can get here. Give the Goliath something. It's the only
There's a
hill.
hole. There's mountain ranges.
No, that's right.
There is.
A natural 20. So,
Well, I had an 18 until I had to roll with disadvantage, and then I rolled a 1.
Soul and Bright, both throughout this climb, collect a face full of mud. The rest of you keep your feet just fine. And you cross the last threshold and come to the peak of the hill itself. Atop the hill, that you can just make out through the periodic crashes of light, or flashes of lightning and crashes of thunder, is a wide ring of black boulders, slick with rain. They form a makeshift wall, enclosing a field of completely dead grass. Every once in a while, lightning falls directly onto the wall, as just 30 or 100 feet from you, lightning crashes into the wall itself. It seems undisturbed. It glows for a moment, and the energy dissipates around the ring. As you approach the last few hundred feet before reaching this, that happens 2 or 3 times. The lightning crashing, hitting the wall, the energy dissipating, and the wall glowing for a moment.
Question. At the previous 2 shrines, were we able to move the bowls at all, or were they, attached to the altar?
So as you get closer, this doesn't look like the other shrines. This looks like something else. And you, knowing the shrines well now, know that this is not one of the shrines of the Fane right here. As the lightning falls, you see in the distance a small copse of trees, one taller than the rest. So you have a ring of black stones being struck by lightning, and just beyond it, a bunch of trees.
I am going to sign to Bright. This isn't it. We need to go around. And just kind of nod at my other party members, not in there. Giving as much nonverbal as just around.
I'll motion lead the way. Find the safest path.
I shall attempt to find the safest path.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check and pick either way you want to go.
Natural 19 plus 3? No, more than that.
Hey GM, real quick, you said we found footsteps
That's
from a very tall person.
Yes.
When we say very tall, are we talking like my kind of tall or shorter than me?
We are talking much, much, much taller.
Giant, like.
Okay.
Like
Something
gotcha.
giant.
a real giant.
Just giant.
Like, you know,
Like
a
perhaps
storm
small
giant. Yep.
Wow, Bright. You know, sometimes words hurt.
Aw, buddy.
Regarding that roll, you are able to find a little bit of a safer path working your way around. As you start to work your way around, you can pick either way and just go one square for me. From where... Yep, go one more, sorry. I'll put everyone else in this here. As you start working your way around, it becomes evident that those black stones, the very same ones as the wall, are scattered all along the hill. And you can see every once in a while, when the lightning falls, some of these glow as well. With the utmost caution, you guide a path around some of those stones. Everyone else will have advantage on your attempts to follow her. You do know that the side of the hill is very slick here, and it might be difficult to work around. So for all of you, all you have to do is tell me how you are following along behind, and I'll give you a roll to make. Pass it and you advance, fail and it might hurt a little.
So this isn't considered forest or mountains, is what I'm hearing.
It's not forest or mountain.
Okay. Leaf is gonna actually go down the hill from Bright and Solaire.
Okay.
And Mother Ava, so that if they start to lose their footing, maybe he can, with his claws, try to help them.
All right, so you're just preparing to help them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm going to move you to here. And if either of those two, if anybody within a square of you fails a roll, I will let you allow them to roll one more time. Okay.
Cool.
Bright, Noir, Soul, how are you following along?
I want to do something. I actually want to get in here.
That's fine.
You gonna throw somebody?
I still have my climbing kit, so I just like to take one of the big rocks, put a pin down, and tie a rope around it, so that people have a length of rope that they can use as a guide down the hill.
Okay.
But while I'm doing that, because I know the purpose of this place, I would like to silently pray. Are these altars?
We kind of lost what you said there with the lightning
He's
strike.
just gonna say. He just asked, "Are these altars to you?"
There's no immediate response. You secure that pipe, the spike in the rope, and enter the ring. The wall's 3 or 4 feet high, and there, as you approach it, there is a spot where you can slide through without touching the stones.
Yeah.
You're now within the ring. You're perfectly fine. Soul, Bright.
Soul is going to follow his straight athletics check, I guess.
Okay, you're just gonna muscle through and go around. Are you gonna go around or go through?
Let's say I'm gonna follow Ficus.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll. Athletics is fine.
15.
15's good enough. You you roll with advantage because she has guided a path there.
$23.
23. Perfectly fine. You follow along behind her and start working your way around this ring of stones. Bright, both Ava and we're going to get rid of Junior here because effectively
Yeah.
Ava is going to rely on you through this.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ava, I'm pretty sure is still working on only a single healing word. So first things first, I'm going to put a second level cure wounds in her for 18 hit points, please.
Okay.
To just make sure that if anything bad happens, she will get through.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to have Baby Soul walk on one side of her and I walk on the other so that we both are making sure she gets through.
All right. Sounds good. And that sounds like a great plan. With that being your action and all of that, go ahead and go one more time. Whatever you'd
Okay.
like to do to follow along.
I want to follow Ficus, please.
Are you trying to finesse it, brute force it?
Before I say anything, let me look at my character sheet.
Can the rope help them at all?
As there's a rope down there, you can grab a hold. It'll give you advantage on whatever you choose.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, intelligence is my highest stat, so I guess I'm just smarting my way through this. Just kidding. Dexterity, finessing,
That's fine.
please.
If you any use of the skills that make sense, I will accept.
Hey, I know how gravity and physics work and how mud would react to us, so I'm going to brace us appropriately off the side of the hill.
Sounds good.
I use my intelligence. I lost my dice because I'm angry. What am I adding? I rolled,
Investigation. That's intelligence, I believe.
sweet. That is 17.
17 is plenty to advance you up a space to start working your way around.
We have to do a check for every space.
It's every 2, so I think oh wait, I didn't move them far enough. So they're here, and you're here,
Okay.
and Leaf is there. And Uther is walking through the middle. Uther, as you are walking through, you don't have any special checks to make, but I need you to roll a d4 for me.
See if you get hit by lightning.
Yes.
I rolled a 4.
A 4?
Mm-hmm.
Lightning crashes into part of this wall, but far enough away that it doesn't affect you. Are you going to keep going through the center and everyone else keeping working their way around?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So Uther, you can go 2 squares. So we'll go 1 square. Oh, I just made you tall and
Oh no.
2 squares.
He finally taller than me.
The rest of you
Oh.
need to make a check, and if you get more than 12, you advance 2 squares.
Is there any chance I can take a look around and see if I see anything interesting, useful, or any kind of
You can.
religious artifacts?
Not too far away from you, there is a empty spot with a polished stone marble. It's probably it's not an altar, more of a platform. It's about 50 feet long and 20 feet wide. Just right over here.
Can I attempt a religion check on this? See
You
if I
may.
know what it's for. 15?
15. You've seen some of what the forest folk do. And as you look at the size of this, and you take into account, you don't have to make a check to see the footprints leading from that pillar. It seems like something very large was either created here or summoned here. And as you start piecing things together, you reach the conclusion with your religion check of 15 that this is probably where that tree that you fought outside of the Wizards of Wines was animated before it marched to the winery to attack it.
Interesting.
The rest of you.
I was going to ask, what do we have to roll? A d12?
Any skill check that you have, you can just pick your best if you'd like.
Do
Go
you
ahead and
still
roll.
want me to, despite my avoiding difficult terrain?
You give everyone else. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oof. I rolled a 12 on the die,
Yikes.
Okay, you're good.
so.
I've got
Um,
19 total.
there you
So Bright and Madam go 2. Soul goes 1. Ficus and Leaf,
What do you want me to roll?
whatever you'd like skill-wise. Athletics, acrobatics, survival, perception, investigation.
Hero persuasion.
Anything except social skills.
16 total for me.
Okay, you're able to
So
head up 2 as well.
I would
Seduce the
like to
mountain.
take a twist on this and use my
ahead.
insight
Go ahead.
to try to like tune into the land, as it were, and just like follow the right path.
Okay,
Is that even survival, maybe?
gonna try to intuit your way through.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's
Use my intuition.
something oddly living about the storm. Go ahead and roll. It's not going to be easy. But I've got a number for you.
12 plus 6, 18.
18 is exactly what I had in mind.
Yes.
You head up 2 spots. So I need, Leaf, why don't you roll a d8 for the group of you outside the ring?
Sure. D8. 4.
4. You are all fine. Uther, are you going to investigate the platform more or go 2 more spaces to work your way out?
I'd like to investigate the platform a little bit more.
All right. We'll move you over there.
Mhm.
As you get close to this platform, you feel that cold hand on your shoulder. This is a place of power. Can you feel it?
I can. I did the moment I stepped foot here.
There is much that could be made and done from this place.
Then
Remember.
Consider this place claimed.
Roll a d4.
4.
You're perfectly fine. Rest of the group, go ahead and roll again. Let me know if you pass or fail. I'll move you 2 squares or 1.
Rolled another 12 on the dice.
I passed
It's
as
fine.
well.
17.
You're fine.
Me.
You said we can use any skill, right?
Any skill
appropriate.
you'd like.
I'll go for perception this time. That's 15 plus 6, 21.
You're able to go 2 as well. Soul, roll a d8 for that group. And
Alright.
Uther, are you going to walk through or stay where you're at while he rolls that?
I'll walk through. Why not? I know that this might be where I get zapped, but it's okay for what we found.
1 more d4.
Yes, sir! Another 4. Got it.
4s are good. Soul, what'd you get? A
I
5?
didn't roll. It didn't shit. I didn't see it on my side. So is that what?
Yeah, there's a d8 for a 5. You're fine.
Oh.
It looks like 2 more for you guys to get out as Uther walks out the next turn. So everyone else, go ahead and make your checks. See how far you get. See if anyone gets struck by lightning. If not, you'll make it to the copse of trees.
I rolled a natural 1.
Listen, Niffer really wants to get hit by lightning, but Niffer also knows that would be a terrible thing for everyone.
18.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 on my die.
I'll go with acrobatics this time and try to help Ficus. Oh, that's a 24. 19 plus 5.
24. Is all of that. Leaf, go ahead and roll a d8 for the group going around.
Wait. 7.
7. The lightning strikes again, but doesn't hit close to you. I should have increased the chance of that happening.
No, you should not!
Uther, you walk out along the path toward this dark copse of trees in front of you.
I just
About-
gotta look back at the rest of them and
You're equidistant between the tree and them. And It seems as though there's a small group around a single, much larger, much darker, much more ominous shaped tree. The rest of you, make your checks. Let me know if you pass or fail. We'll see if you get zapped.
14.
12.
10.
1, 2. Maybe goes 1. Salted that. Leaf, what'd you get?
I haven't rolled yet, so let's do athletics this time. Changing it up a little here.
And then
there.
Ficus, go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
Dirty 20, 15 plus 5.
I accidentally moved you instead of Soul, so you're in the right spot.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. Absolutely no lightning hit you as it's striking along this ring of rocks. All of you come together about 100 feet away from the copse of trees.
Is this
As
where
you're
the
close enough to see through a spark of lightning that among the trees there are the 3 stones. But where the center stone would be is where this tallest and darkest tree sits. Mother Ava places a hand on Bright's shoulder.
We do.
And that is the Guthias tree. It is older even than Strahd.
Okay.
It is an evil creature, a powerful creature. It may only be cut down at its roots. But the journey is dark, for along it you face your darkness.
We have to cut it down?
As you start walking closer to it, she gestures toward a hole toward the base of the tree. No. You must cut out its heart. And she points toward this dark tunnel that leads beneath the Guthias tree, which is where we will stop for this evening. For the first time in 27 sessions, we stopped at 11:15, the scheduled time to pause and reflect.
We also didn't have a break.
I thought we were
Oh,
gonna
that's
start
right. We never took a
Yeah.
break. I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Sorry for the commercials, everyone.
Yeah, sorry if you hit a commercial.
That's why you should
We're
subscribe.
trying to power
Yeah, subscribe
through
and you don't
the,
get commercial.
content. It'll be
I
okay.
think
That is our plan for the evening. As always, we'll spend a few minutes to chit-chat with one another, address any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, and qualms, especially with what went on at the Tser Pool Encampment. And I invite you, as the audience, to stay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, we shall be hanging out for the next 15 minutes or so before we
Thanks
head
for
to
the
bed.
sub, Dice Barbarian. You rock.
Oh yeah,
dude.
thanks for the sub. Awesome. Thanks for hanging around. Ask any questions that you'd like, or we'll see how things went. So, the first part for comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, and qualms is Niffer. Sprung that on you. How'd you do?
I sobbed for a good 20 minutes there. It's fine. I got to watch my family get massacred in front of me. It's fine.
D&D, that's Tuesday.
D&D, they'll do it to you.
I
mean,
mean,
we
I thought we
saved
saved
them.
them all.
Yeah,
Everyone lived.
everyone lived at the end of it, but not in the middle.
Mhm.
And I
Sure.
watched tents burning, not knowing where my parents were, and that
Yes.
didn't feel nice. Like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we need to stop this right now, but it was definitely, I understand how my character is feeling and I am distressed. And that was the right feelings you were trying to evoke. So I know, hey, you're doing it right.
Mm.
Happy Barovia, everyone.
Happy Barovia, everyone. A interesting question tied to that was the decision to use the, I believe, only bring back to
Revivify.
life spell that the party has access to bring back an NPC.
I considered that, and I think it was the absolutely perfect choice.
I think, especially considering Uther, who works for a god of death, being the one to take the initiative to say, I'm resurrecting this one.
Yeah, that was
That
kind of
does
cool
not,
for sure.
in the grand scheme of anything, matter, was huge and is something that greatly ingratiates himself to Bright. Because he told her that she's not going to end up like him, and she knows he lost his people, and he just made sure she didn't lose hers.
It's like he listened to my introduction. It's like just saying the exact thing. Like, yeah. That's why I had to mention it after he did the fact. I'm like, if no one mentions this or comments on him doing it, wouldn't have felt right.
Like, it very much, I see exactly what he had told her of, like, you're not going to be me. And it's a lot for having somebody do that for me. Thank you, Noir.
I know younger.
I feel so bad.
Why you feel bad, Noir? Why you feel
Still
bad?
plans to kill us all. That's
What
why.
are you about to do? What are you about to do to me, Noir?
No, it's the reasons why he did everything. He in my head, he's flipped, and he needed to burn that revivify. That needed to go away.
Roleplayed that.
I like it much better that Bright understands it of he's making sure she doesn't turn into him, because that's how she interprets it and will be thanking him if they ever get a chance.
Well, that's kind of the truth, but it has a darker tint in his head.
Can't wait for that.
Which is like, hey, Death, look, I might need your help, but this one's okay. So let's try and get at least this one to not stab me.
I was surprised that there was not the decision for a longer confrontation with Strahd.
Kidding? No, we're terrified.
I wanted, like, as soon as the daylight hit, everything in Uther started. His mouth started watering. Like, now tie.
Yeah, that was sort of, I think, Leaf deferring to what was obviously sort of Bright's intention. I'm really trying to stay in, like, in character, because, like, younger Gregory absolutely would not have used the Revivify, and definitely would have tried to fight, because that was way, like, it's just a game, let's have some fun, that kind of idea, or like even sort of a min-maxing kind of thing of like, no, you never use your resources on an NPC, are you kidding me? That's just madness. Whereas, like, I'm really, this game especially, for sure, is way more about the story and the relationship between these characters and what is happening to them. So it's like, there's no way that Leaf would not use that resource to help out one of Bright's family. Like, there's just no other choice. And especially in his mind, probably it'd be like, well, if I've got to sacrifice myself, or the potential of, like, if I go down, then the others can't bring me back, well, that's fine. That was very much in my head during that whole scene.
Yeah. And I don't think Soul was in a good place after that either, because part of Soul's thing, thinking he found this artifact of Lathander as we had flavored it to be instead of but it's all right. I know you forgot.
Oh no, it is. So St. Angel's holy symbol.
What
It is
you wrote in my
Lathander.
notes.
It is
Oh,
Lathander.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
very old. It's a very old version.
Old
of
name for
Lathander's
Lathander?
symbol. It's old school Lathander, Orthodox Lathander.
Ah, okay, I got you.
I
Sorry,
thought St. Andrews was like a worshiper
A
of
saint
Lathander.
of Lathander. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I gotta look at my own notes. That's what I need. But no, Soul was just like, he had this like, oh yeah, I got this. This is a sign that, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I was ready. You saw he had the charge up. He was ready to go. Hype moment, save the group. Nope. Get that flashlight out of my eyes, dude. Like, no, what?
Okay, so for clarity, that does completely turn off his regeneration,
Oh,
which is
Hey.
really high on Strahd.
well, at that point, it didn't
Noted.
do anything.
Long rest
And he's
before we do
like-
this again.
He's like, did I break it? Am I not faith? My faith not good enough? Are they still mad at me for killing that old lady? Like, what's going on? Like, Soul don't know that. Soul just thinks, I think I broke it or I'm not worthy. So yeah, it's good he left because he was not ready for that fight.
Yeah.
I took the wind out of my sails.
I want to know what his necklace is, and I want it for myself.
I wanted to yank that sub bitch so bad.
It was so hard not to be like, and I spring from Leaf's arms and go for the necklace.
I go for the vampire's throat.
Yep. I'll just sleight of hand it as I just sneak it off his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Not
say,
to-
it was kind of fun for me how Corndog, how how Leaf and Ficus were sort of working
Yeah.
together tonight. That was kind of cool. I really liked that a lot.
Hold me higher. I need to reach this man on a horse.
Give me a boost. I need to stab this guy in the face.
I can't reach his head.
I can't reach. Can't even
gonna
reach the
have to
horse's
toss me.
kneecaps. Oh my god,
Fastball
yes.
special.
I will be Gimli in this campaign.
Not to give the GM ideas, but I'm really impressed that our travel strips are still working. Because
So there
he's
is
like real mad at us.
so the travel strips are 100% convenience of how long we've gone.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you.
Because as we started, we did a
Yeah.
lot of the road travel, and we
We
would have
did.
episodes. There would be episodes where it was just between locations.
Yeah.
And one of the things with as characters grow more powerful, one of the most tedious things in the world becomes travel.
Yes.
There's nothing left on the random encounter table that's going to do anything to you except waste, quote unquote waste time. It's why even the random encounters became narrative about 15 episodes ago. I mean, now every encounter you have is intentional. I put undead horses there, and I put Bright's dying family there to see how many resources you would be happy to burn before
All of
Strahd showed
them.
up 2 minutes later.
Oh, no,
It-
I knew Strahd was going to. That's why I refused to turn unholy. Turn undead. I was like, why is he doing that? Like, we could beat these things up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just dab on my turn undead real quick.
Uh-huh.
No.
That was a
No,
three.
I said,
That was a
sitting there
three-horse turn
why
undead.
are you wasting it? Like, we could have beat them in another turn.
One. That was a resource management, okay?
Man.
Because
So
there were
here's-
still people that were on the floor with these undead horses about to raffle stop them.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So that's the thing about this. Oh, Tony, we're wrapping up, Tony, but thanks for the checks.
I'm keeping it for next time. I'm going to need it.
That's right.
The thing about the horses, those undead horses were absolutely no risk to any of you.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you could
caravan.
you could see their rolls. They
I
weren't
mean-
going to do anything, even if they hit you.
They were
But-
going to be a risk to me because I was going to absolutely ignore them and take all the opportunity attacks.
Yep. But
That's about it, though.
the Vistani had a random number of hit points between like 8 and 12.
Thanks.
Yeah,
That's
why-
why
Seeing
why I
that
wasn't even
horse
bothering with
wreck
Oh,
the
sorry.
one Vistani messed with Leaf. That
Mhm.
that was upsetting to him a lot.
That's why Uther didn't even bother to go into a rage at that. He was just like, I know what this is. This isn't a threat to us. This is old boy throwing a temper tantrum because he knows he's about to be replaced. Like that's why he was just walking and just get your ass up. Like it really didn't matter.
But it's the same thing.
My suplex.
Yeah, nothing to suplex. Not worth the energy.
It wasn't. It really isn't worth the energy.
You could have threw a horse. You could have threw a horse in the lake. That would have been
Look,
Could
fine.
have thrown a horse at another horse.
Yeah, but I want more. I want these horses to be around when it's my turn. Like that's how Uther's thinking right now. So go away, little ones. Like it's kind of like he's messing around with having the control of it already.
You can make more undead horses.
Do you know the process involved in that song? Like, you want me to just go around killing ponies? We got perfect good ponies. We got perfectly good undead ponies at home. We don't need to go get new undead ponies.
The undead ponies at home. It's that meme of that weird miniature horse with the messed up Victorian child eyes.
Yeah.
So that encounter was meant to be just resource made. If you would have hung around in the sunlight, Strahd would have met you there if you took a short rest there.
Right.
So that would have been interesting. So there were a lot of these like little bits and pieces. A question that you haven't asked: if you had gone straight to the Vistani encampment, would that encounter have gone differently?
That kind of would have went terribly.
Oh, I already know it would have. Hey, thanks for the raid, everybody.
Hey, Arathis companions, welcome. We are doing our aftercare session. We have just wrapped up our session for tonight and are talking about what happened because
heavy.
as the DM, I tried to kill some of one of the players' family.
Most of my entire family, actually. It's
It'd
fine.
be like that.
So
they were in another castle, a carriage. So they were.
Excuse you.
Some of
Everyone's
them were.
family.
Some of them were in another. Yep. And honestly, the reason your immediate family wasn't there is because I didn't want to push it any further from taking a look at you through it. So
Thank you.
What's old girl's name? Aunt Viv. I've literally read something like I brought her up 3 times now. I'm getting real sick of this old lady dying.
Yep. So that's twice where Ava has fallen almost dead.
I'm saying, in my head, I've been calling her Aunt Viv. You know what? It's just gonna stay that way. I'm sick of saying Aunt Viv.
It's my grandmother.
Hey, well, if taking over Bavaria doesn't work out, you can always have a career in elder care.
I will not
Come on,
trust
Grandma.
I thought he was going to
Grandma
open an
Day.
orphanage.
There you go.
I don't trust him around the elderly. We saw what happened in the temple.
I love that Uther has the most disrespectful healing words ever. Like, get your bum ass.
Stand
As someone who's been a recipient of that, yes.
It fucking stings, man. Like I'm alive, but fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you did save a family member from certain deaths, so like I'm not gonna tell you no, but like, can you not treat my family that way?
It's
Like, save their life. Like, just throwing that old dude was the fucking funniest.
All right, you're up. Bye.
Yeah, it's really but that so all these encounters were meant to just be those tests of resources, the question of how to respond to it and all of that. I decided to end right at 11:15 because going into the tree is a little bit more of an extended thing that I don't want to break in half. I think it would minimize some of the effect that I want to accomplish with that. So I think it'll take a little while to get through.
No, I have a plan. I got a perfect plan. It's gonna work.
I gotta tell you, GM, giving me this friendly voice.
Yeah, thanks. I hate that too.
I love it. I love that
so
cold
much
hand.
about this that I hate.
That cold hand on your shoulder has been much more pronounced, and I do want to say that voice was that very first voice you heard when you stepped through the gates of Barovia 26 sessions ago.
Yeah,
If you-
it's all coming together.
If you go all the way back to the first session in Barovia, there was a voice that said you will do nicely. And 27 sessions later, that is coming true.
It's like he even knew back then he was going to be the turn. He was like, yeah. That
I have a question. Is that the same voice that told me that I was a foothold? Or is it a different voice? Great.
So I have two questions.
What up, Boo?
One for Rob and one for Corndog. So mechanically, Rob, the sunbeam thing you did, is that a hey, thanks for the follow, Game with Titus. Is that like it was 5 charges?
Well, no. How the Wondrous item works is that I get 10 with a 1d6 plus 4 recharge per day. But the light action takes 5 and gives me a 30-foot light radius and dim for another 30. So basically 60, but I wanted to hit him with the full. That's why I waited till he got close. And I get the sunlight for 10 minutes or until I end it. That was one of the actions. And the rest of them are basically bonuses to other paladin actions like turn undead. Like hold vampire, I think is what I get as well. Yeah,
literally hold vampires.
The specific hold
but it's
vampire.
like the lowest
That's
wisdom
amazing.
save, which I highly doubt will ever work. A DC of 15. Like,
Yeah.
Listen, there's always hope, okay?
yeah, he
Stranger
better
things have
publicly roll a 1.
Publicly roll a 1. The look on everyone's face when Ficus said, "I want to use my legendary action."
I know. I thought you were kidding. Like
I
that was
am
totally took her
a big enough
seriously.
ass to definitely
that
kid
was
about
so
that.
on brand for you to just have such a fast retort of like, "Oh yeah, I use mine too," and I was like, "Okay," and then you were like, "Okay, now I'm gonna use mine," and I'm like, "What?
What is going on?
That's amazing! I was
I gotta
so
tell
happy
you,
for you.
That
Like to
scares
just
me.
get to do that.
That's only one of them.
Uther's jealous.
Oh, you got that right.
Uther's got-
Uther's jealous.
Listen,
Uther's got his
Uther,
own toy.
Uther, this is what happens when you don't go evil. You get things like legendary action.
He's like, hey, I'll trade you my insanity sword for your legendary action.
Trade you my insanity sword for your legendary action.
That feels
Listen,
right.
I would take either at this point because I still haven't gotten anything.
I
So-
very much liked.
Don't you have that ring, the chameleon ring, the lizard one?
I gave
Like-
someone a fancy ring that
Yeah, the
helps
bug
you with
ring.
poison.
Oh, great. I have a bug ring. Sweet.
Yeah, it's helpful. Don't poo-poo my blood ring.
We have magic at home. Magic item at home. Little bug ring.
I liked
I do-
that Ficus got that horse taken out all on her own. I thought
I'm
that
so
was
proud of you.
super excellent. And
I finally
also,
hit to crit.
that whole maneuver, like, I feel like we all witness, like all our characters just witness Ficus do like 10 things
Everything.
in one round, which
It's
was
amazing.
pretty awesome.
So good.
It's what Ficus has been imagining since the first session, and he
Yep.
got to do it.
I'm so
So
proud
yeah,
of
that
you.
was
Level
my
up.
question was how,
Level
like
up.
where is Ficus's sort of mindset now after what happened last session and then how things have sort of turned a little for her.
I think things have turned in a lot of ways for her. I think there is Ficus had every intention of leaving, and now that someone else is kind of like very prominently in there, it's like, oh no, we have to fix this. Like, it's not just going to be like we fight Strahd and then we're done. Like, there's a whole land here that needs to be restored, and it's like the idea of having someone in your brain that's like, no, this is home, and hearing like the word home like just muttered in my mind over and over again, and to know, because I got some of her memories, to know what this land looked like beforehand, before Strahd's reign. So
Oh, wow.
there's like all of this stuff that's sitting in there, and I'm like even more mad now and more
Alright.
determined to like fix this shit. Whereas before I was like, deuces, good luck, guys, figure it out.
Also,
Bye.
with reference to that, I'm gonna shout out Dane because like you got this buttload of prep stuff for these memories of this new person in your head. I mentioned on stream with the Vistani camp, I literally had the document that Dane wrote out of like, okay, this is your family and the ages of them and the like how they're related and like this is your cousin, this is your aunt and uncle, this is your grandparents. Like he prepared that and was like, this is for you to ground you in the world. This is what you know so that you feel connected to it. Like that's incredible for having me feel so personal and deeply about, hey, you just killed my cousin in front of me. You just killed my aunt. Like, you know, that was real in that way. And so like to have that be sent to you is just really cool. And I appreciate it a lot. So
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoy it. The so for those that are just watching, so Bright is Barovian, Bright's a Vistani, and we rewrote the Vistani in a much healthier way long before any of the stuff that WotC tried to do to fix the mess of the original Curse of Strahd Vistani
we revamped
portrayal.
it first. Okay?
We revamped it first, but getting a player who is part of a world and has DM information that the others don't, it requires extra stuff. They're all, you know, you're always going to ask, who do I know in this town? You're always going to ask, have I been here before? And one of the heavy loads, I mean, you mentioned you haven't gotten anything recently. Most of the stuff you got was at the front end.
Oh yeah.
And stuff now is kind of trickling toward everybody else.
But like it's
Yeah.
all coming up. Like I went and found that doc and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull up my family document again to remind myself this is what I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's like, okay, it's still being used. I opened the document and I saw the cursor of like, oh look, Dane's on this document right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember names after a year. Are you kidding me? I forgot. I opened it after meeting the two on the road because
Yeah.
I forgot Marini was their granddaughter and would have been with
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's anyway.
No, that's
So
a good
that-
fix.
It worked well.
Yep.
So that is us for this evening. We are on track to wrap up at 30 sessions. So our next game will be 28. The 29th session is while Nif is away. And with being this close to the end, it makes the most sense for us to skip a week than to
Thank
fill in
you.
or miss anything.
Appreciate that.
The decisions that are made in the last two sessions are going to be quite significant, and to deny them that opportunity would not be fair at all. So I'm going to be canceling that night.
I appreciate and respect that. Thank you so much. I
we-
want to be here for this.
Nope, absolutely. We will be
100%.
here 2 weeks from now, which is the 30th, where we will go down into the Gothias tree and see what is down there. What I would ask everyone to do is have your level up ready for after the Seeker is reunited.
Okay.
Gonna
Level
get myself
9.
that
Level
evasion
9.
So,
Wow.
that I needed tonight.
so
Yeah,
get
9 is,
yeah.
9 is a big one for most classes.
So just about everybody is going to be at the biggest. This could be. I thought about leveling up one more, but this might be our last level up.
Oh, can we please have one
Please,
more?
can we have some more?
We'll-
I just want to be able to level up my
Come on.
dexterity. I multi-class and was dumb.
I'm multi-class too. Come on.
we will see. We will see.
Yeah, Ficus needs another feat for her her missing road.
We have 2 more MacGuffins, right? We need to get the last Nefesh, and we need to get the sword.
Yes. So the sword and the weapon of Saint Angels and the last Nefesh have not been found yet.
The weapon of Saint Angel. Sorry.
So those are the things that are left. The tasks that are left are reuniting the Seeker and reuniting the Weaver,
Okay.
and then killing Strahd. So
Oy
That
vey.
is us for this evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I had a wonderful time. I hope you had a wonderful time. Until we meet again, we'll. Corn Dog, you had wanted to wait until the end to say something about what was coming up.
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be like when we do everyone's like closeout thing.
I'm awful at outros. I've forgotten it for 27 sessions, but we're going to do
Excellent.
outros tonight because I always forget. 27 times in a row, I forgot to do outros. So we are going to climb back up to the secret monarch of Niffer Niff. Niffer, who are you? Who'd you play? What's going on?
It
When do
me,
we see you
I'm Your Majesty. I would just like to comment on the fact that after you turned off all of the thunder effects and stuff, it started thundering right outside my window and freaked me out. And like my entire screen glitched like a lightning flash, and I was like, I don't like this. I'm being haunted by Barovia.
Strahd's at your house.
Strahd's at my house. So yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye and then go take care of him. So see you later, everyone.
Hell yeah.
I was Niffer. I played Bright, the traumatized tiefling genasi. I almost said barbarian for some reason. No.
I keep accidentally saying Uther, so you're not alone.
Yeah. It's been over a year. We totally know our characters.
Mm-hmm.
I was an artificer and also sorcerer, and I think that's what I'm going to be taking my level up in to get that meta magic. It's going to be great. And yeah, I am in Module Week here at TPK and also am a community ambassador for Jasper's Game Day. Please, again, go check them out. They're a wonderful community and charity who are doing wonderful things in all across the US. So go see them. They're awesome.
Wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
see us, please.
In the top middle, never forget that Noir's weakness.
Math. Gluten. Broadway.
Noir, go ahead. Your outro.
Hey everybody, I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you could in particular show my Twitch channel some love, I would be greatly appreciative. We're trying to hit 1,000 followers before my birthday of July 29th. I think we can do it. So it should be a good time. This Saturday, you can find me over on Critical Misses, where we will be interviewing Latia Jaquise, my old high school friend, who I'm sure is not going to tell terrible stories about me from high school. That should be fun. Then, of course, every Monday you can find me again on Critical Misses, where I am GMing Kingsguard, the Roll20 Spotlight show. Set in the homebrew world of Gloria that I have been running for the past 20 years. So come check that out. I've got a bunch of other projects, but they're on my pinned Twitter post. So give that a look and follow me on Twitter.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Circling over to the upper right corner, the blessed Corn Dog McGraw.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Corndog McGraw. You can catch me here twice during Module Week. That includes tomorrow night. See you tomorrow night, because we're going to come right back, where I get to play a lovely elf named Juno who loves their spouse.
It's me. I'm their spouse.
Yeah, and my brother, but they're not in this campaign.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not also your brother. What?
No.
Now I'm your niece here. Like, things are getting weird.
It's getting really
familial.
incestuous. Anyways, you can also find me in stuff coming up, but what I'm really excited to talk about is there's going to be some announcements in the future, but because you tuned in and you stayed with us so late, I'm going to be hosting a one-shot during TPK Con with some femme folk in the community. We are going to be doing every con has its pros, and we're bringing in a lot of guests that you have never seen here before on TPK. You'll see Heck and I will be there, but there's going to be 4 new faces to TPK Roleplay. Trying to just bring some different types of folks in here, and we're going to have a really good time. And I'm super excited because some of them are incredibly incredibly out there streamers that I felt like a weird band kid when I had to ask them, will you please be my friend? Come to my stream. Thank you. And then I even got some close personal friends who will be joining us at the table who don't stream ever. So it's going to be a new group of friends. So please check us out Sunday morning during TPK-Con. Bring your brunch. You're not doing anything that early in the morning on Sundays anyways. So come hang out with me and these lovely femme folks, and we will have a good time having a heist.
Perfect. And that
Fed by one
TPK-Con
that
is...
doesn't have kids.
Yeah, it is the second weekend of July. The 9th, 10th, and 11th is TPK-Con, and there is lots of brilliant content going on. Continuing down and around to the former squire, now knighted king, 1 in 20 D&D.
Hey, good luck with that, corn dog. It sounds really cool. I'll try to catch it, and if I don't see it, I will definitely watch the VOD. Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Gregory. I'm 1 in 20 D&D online. I do some fun stuff on YouTube, and I am also occasionally found streaming on my own channel or otherwise here, which is great, every other Wednesday. And last but not least, I do some cool stuff with the Dice Tyrants, and we have, especially our Sunday night game is pretty amazing. It's cyberpunk superheroes. We use Savage Worlds game system, which is a little different than D&D, but it's still a very fun, fast-paced game, so lots of fun there. So that's me. I played Leaf in the Sunlight of Summer, the Tabaxi Ranger, and finally feel like the dice were my friend tonight. I had some solids rolls, some decent damage. I was very thrilled for a change, because the last few sessions felt terrible because I was rolling like crap. Anyway, that's me. I had fun tonight. Thank you all for an awesome session, as always.
And last but not least, the chosen one, Robotic Gentleman.
Hi guys, I'm Robotic. I do not have any other games, and apparently I'll be a free agent within the next month, unless Dane resigns me. Aside from
Resign him! Resign! Or else he'll be mad.
yeah,
In the Discord server, come on. Come on.
Franchise tag them.
I have no idea where anything to resign is. If you want to hear from me between sessions, you can hear all my terrible Star Wars opinions on Twitter under the same name, Robotic Gentleman. Aside from that, I'll see you guys in 2.
All right, that is us. I have been the last hit point hero, and we are going to go a raiding over to Nat 20 with many of our wonderful friends playing over there. So stick around for that. Thank you so much. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and until we see you again, be good. Bye.